Hola, pipples of the world.
Hi.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Friday. It is upon us.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just
Gee, Finnegan.
back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Congrats.
Thanks, G. Finnegan.
Congrats.
Which pride?
Congrats. What's going on, Assassin? Big Bob, what the hell's happening? Hey, Jamal, what's going on? Love that name. What's happening, everybody? Ray, what's happening? Real Ashman, welcome back. You love the Lego guy. Yeah, he's turning out pretty good. What's going on, Arcturus? Doing the, gave him his 5 o'clock shadow on the Lego guy. Now, work through the rest of this Tonka. I guess while we're sitting here waiting for Kenny to end, I should go over and get the pastels. Oi. 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 Be good to have all of this in within reach, I would assume. Yay! Yay, almost like I planned things. Not possible. Possible. What did I say after she left, and why are you trying to get me in trouble? Damn you!
I thought I was here.
She was here till the end.
Like, wait a minute.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, no, I think she was here till the end. I love G. Finnegan's wings on your unicorn.
Yeah. I get corn.
The Charlie Chaplin stash on the German. I don't know if the German guy, I would assume he probably does. No, he just has the same mustache. He's got the off to the side handle stash. Basically the same face, almost, as the other guy, actually. Just the helmet makes it all different. He's got the spiky, pointy helmet. I got to do a lot of mold cleaning on this because there's lots of bad flash on the exhaust and all that kind of crap.
He was just seeing if we remembered yesterday.
I don't try to do that remember thing, but every now and then it happens. Strike, Snake, what's happening? Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so the next time we get these glasses, we have to figure out a way to get the sticker off without the goop staying forever.
It works on the ones like this one once because there's still one on here. So when it's a little bit colder and like more condensation, it'll peel right off.
Oh, that's horrible. What's a remember? Yeah, exactly. I forgot. I don't know. For science, what's happening? Kriegs! Is that a zombie? Yeah, Ray, I just, you know. I have clippers and green stuff, make it happen. Yeah, I can fix an eye on a 28mm model, but I don't want to redo a freaking mustache. What are you kidding me? Poor boy, what's happening? You have all the rivets? Nice.
Dirty,
Nice.
dirty little thing.
Yeah,
Bobzilla
we've been doing
wants a
this the last couple of
close-up-
days.
Wants a close up of the dirt and grass.
Wants a close-up? Who does?
Bobzilla.
No way, dude. Yeah. Yeah. That's the mud and grass that we did yesterday. It looks tasty. Delicious. Came out pretty nice. It dries really nice. I mean, it's still flexible enough on the grass. You know, it hardens, but it's not like super hard, like brittle, like it's going to pop off if you touch it, kind of. But it works pretty good. I like it a lot. We'll be doing the final weathering on the tank. We'll do the pastels on the tank, and then we'll probably just paint on this guy and get it all saddled up and dunzos. Got him where there's just a little bit left to do.
Thank you!
Orc Pride, thank you for the host.
Thank you.
Thanks for the host. Yeah, I'll do a heat effect on the minigun for sure. Solo host inbound. Yes, Orc, we love it anyway. You're the man. Pixel Cats, welcome back. Yep.
Oh, is this the Jason craze?
I think it's the Gin-tastic show, and then I just am allowed to be here.
Pickle Jen.
Pickle Gin. It's the Cucumber Gin, and that guy what paint show now. So
That's where we're at now.
I think that's what we've devolved into.
Let's be real. It's been that from the
Ah,
beginning.
jeez. She just knows how to put me in my place.
She does. She knows what she's doing. So here it is, guys. This is my man Jason Craze, Slow Fuse, Gentastic, Master of Glazing.
I don't know how I got that name.
It sounded like I was the master of glazing, and
She
I'm
could be.
definitely not.
She might be.
Well,
The world
thing
may
is
never know.
All you ever do is glaze all day, every day. If I ever see you pick out some actual colors and lay some actual paint down on a model, then you can be a different name.
Well, see, you'd have to actually watch the stream to see me paint real stuff. We haven't glazed a single thing on this tank. 3 days of non-glazing. Think about it.
All right,
Sell your stocks.
so-
The world is over.
So this one time you didn't glaze. That does not equal a trend.
I am the master of all, my friend. You want to know how it's done? You just come over here. We got you handled.
You heard it here first. The Long War Network, this convoy, sun never sets, man. 3 more hours of content. We're about to raid this man. This is how it goes down. We're going to hit that host button. Make sure to click on him. Go over to his channel. Spread that love. Blast it with emotes. Let's
Come over
get in
here.
on
We have
that chat.
cookies. We have cookies and Moscow mules. So
Oh, yeah. You still got Moscow? You still drinking Moscow Mules for your 70th birthday celebration?
damn it. Damn it. I used to like this guy, Kenny. Then something changed.
All right, brother. We're about to make this
All right,
happen.
man. We'll see you in a bit. All right, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. Snake Man, what's happening?
Hey, Dathar.
Killing Time, what's going on, brother?
Gray Silver just ordered the Army Painter suitcase. Awesome.
Noise. Noise.
LT's definitely getting pickled this weekend.
Oh, my God. Pickled. Say what? Mules are, in effect, ebb and flow.
That lady.
Thank you.
What?
Yep.
Didn't even get a name.
There's that lady. Hashtag
Get
Team
down
Jason.
with the clown.
There it is. Next level painting. Cheers to everybody coming over from Kenny's channel. Tink.
I know a website that
We
shows
are
monthly
partaking in Moscow
Cheers.
mules that might or may not have wild cherry juice in them.
Oh, I missed it.
The wild
Sorry.
cherry juice, very good. Very good, delicious. Delicious and very good. What's happening, Kenny? Kenny trying to get paint done over there, but varnished his models and then had to wait all stream to get the varnish to dry, I think. What's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? It's that stuff that happens when you drink too many mules. Guilty, what's going on, Jay Heaver? Welcome, everybody. Hope you've had a great day watching In the Long War. We started the day off at 11 a.m. Pacific, if you can believe that crap, with Keyline Prime doing an awesome job working on his troll with the Tigo biddies. The nasty Sea Hag troll thing is the grossest model on the history of ever, but he did an awesome job on it. Free range cherries, we're going to go with yes, just in case there's any activists in the channel.
Somebody lights.
Kenny doing what he does with the Sylvaneth and his magnetized weapons like a crazy man. And we're going to be painting this chibi tank still. We're going to finish it up today. We're getting to the finish line. We've been working on this the last 2 days. If you are interested in tank weathering, things like that, Wednesday's VOD will have the base coating and highlighting and the chipping solution that we did. We did everything with the Vallejo effects chipping solution so that we could get the chipped effects on the tank. We basically went through the steps of priming and then base coating with a rust color, so the entire tank was done in complete rust. And then we did the chipping solution over that, and then we did all of our highlighting and greens and shading and all of the, just like we would paint a normal model. And then at the end of that, went back and did all the chipping. Broke out the tools and busted up the paint. Made the paint not nice. And then yesterday we spent time, did everything from dry brushing to pull the rivets back off the surface to a little bit of highlighting. We used the weathering pencils and showed you that lovely tech so that you can use the weathering pencils to do rust streaks. So we've got some really nice rust streaking going on there. You get out of the light and the saturation, you'll see how we've got drips of rust sort of going down the side of the turret and in various other areas on the tank. We also showed you a lot of the Vallejo effects that we sell on the site. Again, slowfusegaming.com, not just a friendly neighborhood way to post all of your videos and images for the work you're doing, but also a place to go and buy really cool hobby supplies. And we showed you guys using the oil stain effects from Vallejo, You see how we've got all this wet drip stain stuff and nice accumulation of oil in places. We've got some dripping off of the side of this tank as if it were leaking down the side. You can see the gloss finish of the drips on there. So some real cool effects that we worked through yesterday. We also then finished the day up doing the mud and grass, also from Vallejo Effects, and shoved the mud and grass up in the tracks to give it a real rugged look. Again, doing some cool stuff with this cartoon tank to give it some hyper realism. And then went in and got the tank commander started up. So we'll do some finish work on him today, along with going through Dealer of Death coming through with a 10 spot. Thank you, my friend. Hugs and hit cucumbers and handies. There we go. Now we got it. It's no longer hugs and handies. We give out pickles and handies. Candy the cat. Thank you so much for the host. Welcome, everybody. So we'll just be wandering back and forth between the two. We've still got some pastel work, some chalk pastel work that we want to do on the tank. People ask all the time how to get kind of a dirt look without having to use paint. Obviously, if you dry brush dirt onto a surface, it's very difficult if it's, a big flat surface like your larger scale tanks. This one's small enough you could probably get away with just dry brushing paint and make it look like dirt and build it up with layers. But we're just going to go in straight with the chalk pastels, artist pastels. You've seen me do it before. We're going to do it on here and bring some of the earthen tones back up into the rest of the tank. Not too much because it's already looking pretty good and dirty and dingy, so we don't want to overwork it too much. We've got a lot of really cool effects on it already. And then the last thing that we'll have to do is edge highlight some of the areas back up a little bit brighter. We're going to wait and hold off on that. I probably won't do that on stream. And then, of course, our dude. We're going for that realistic look on cartoon miniatures is what we're trying to do. So we went in and gave him a really cool 5 o'clock shadow, some good skin tones, did his eyes. Went in there and gave him blue eyes. So those turned out pretty nice.
Happy birthday, Dealer of Death.
Is it your birthday, for crying out loud, Dealer? Holy hell.
Said Boots Cats.
Boots Cats. Happy birthday, my friend.
And I did not do anything, but I didn't
That's
touch
what it was
anything.
doing. That's what it was doing yesterday, and why I left it off.
Oh.
And then for some reason, it's like screwed up again. I blame Windows 10 because Windows 10 seems to not really know what the hell it's doing. With that, although you lost a lot of color when I did that, so yeah, I can adjust them. Let's see here. Let's go E color still reduction, maybe. No. Contrast, brightness.
It felt like it was totally normal right when we started.
Felt like it. Then it decides to poop the sheets, shoot the poops, poop the sheets, poop the sheets. Anyway, let's get going. Let's do some paint on some stuff.
I look a little ghostly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her skin tone.
Okay.
It's like the freaking green screen. It could, I don't know what it is. OBS and its filters are just kind of
Zombie Jin.
for crap. Is the unfortunate thing. Let's
Hey, Drac.
Oh. Good. This. We do this. Do. She just has no skin color, guys. She's just become a vampire or something, I guess. Like, it literally doesn't give you any skin tone at all whatsoever. She's grayed out. We don't know what's going on. She'll just have to be ghostly today. The camera's not liking her for some reason. Try putting your hand up right in front of the camera and then pulling it back and see if it just needs to have its like white balance reset or something.
Whoa. Now I'm like starting to disappear. That made
See?
it worse.
Now she's going, look at that smile. Look at that smile.
Pretty gross.
Alright, you just get to be like that. I'm not messing with it anymore.
Well, as long as my teeth.
I think they're fine
gray.
now, right? Yeah,
I
they
think
stopped
it's
doing the
gray.
thing. They stopped doing the thing. Ogre, what's going on?
I just need some sun.
Way too good of a paint job for that model. Why? Why does the model have anything to do with it? The model's cool. I think these models are a lot of fun. I'm not mad at these at all. Fun little
Yeah, right. It was like Marty McGinn.
cute chibi things. I ain't mad about spending some extra time on them. Oh, great. Awesome. Welcome.
Walk away
Welcome
from
to our
the
psychotic
lights.
freaking dogs. You might have to get some of these to paint Casino. They are awesome models. Like, legit awesome models. What is going on with those dogs? Grin stuff. Lurkin. Doing feudal Japan terrain. Jen's gonna go kill the dogs real quick. Zeb, what's going on? The termite walks into a bar and asks, is the bartender here? And? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. What's going on, Drac? The figure looks like a little person figure for toddlers. Yeah, Drac, exactly. They're like the... Yeah, exactly, they are. They're like those little Lego things and stuff. But I had a good time. I was telling you guys we were going to do them in more of a realistic way, and so I spent time doing, you know, a realistic skin tone on him, gave him some facial features, you know, just not quite sunken in cheeks and stuff, but a little 5 o'clock shadow. Just, you know, a little bit more fun way to paint than, you know, your typical, like, crazy chibi thing, so... Nobody there? Just dogs. Being dogs.
Who knows?
Freaking psychotic dogs. One barks and the other one has to bark too.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bartender as in like meat that's been hammered? Oh, that's horrible, Zeb. If it needs an explanation, it's not a good joke.
The dogs were trying to protect you from Ghost Gen or Zombie Gen.
Is that what somebody said?
Yeah. Well, the dogs just sense me turning.
Schwarzen, what's going on, man? Good to see you. We basically just stream creative stuff, Schwarzen. Schwarzen's been around and has watched the stream since way back in the day doing World of Tanks, and you might have even been around for some of the, like, the MechWarrior Online and stuff too, right? We really just do, live tabletop miniature wargaming, and then we just do creative. No more video games. No more video games! A kid would love to play with that tank, Guilty. It's actually a fun game. Rivet Wars is a really fun game. I am a big fan of it. We don't have the entire game here at the house, but it is a good game. I would recommend you getting the base set. It's a neat kind of... I don't want to say... I've been saying chess and checkers. I don't think that's legit, right? Because it's a shooty, you know, war game. The miniatures will shoot and attack and all that kind of stuff, but it's all done on a forward-facing grid. You have linear movement down a grid, and the grid's got like maybe 5 or 6 lanes wide and built with squares. And you move each unit the amount of squares it can move, and then it gets to shoot or fight, you know, an adjacent square, and you do that thing and take wounds and remove them and spend resource points to keep putting more models on, and you're trying to push your forces into the enemy zone and outdo them. So.
Yeah, Real Paint said video games are for children. Plastic toy soldiers are for men.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Cheskers? Maybe. Maybe. Men in tights go around the forest looking for fights. Is that what we do? Wait, I don't wear tights. What? I didn't just admit to that, did I?
He's got tights on right now.
Everything's looking fine here, Wicked. Might be on your end. Refresh. Thank you, dealer. Yeah, for the last year, we've just been doing creative only. Ryko almost built no pins. Think you're going to have nightmares and scars from holding this thing together while glue sets? There's the life of an Infinity player. Welcome to it. All right, I think what we'll do is we'll kick off doing some of the weathering powders. I say weathering powders. I use artist pastels, so we're not using any fancy products. The stuff that you're going to see me use is something you could go buy at your local Michael's really cheap. The only thing that you've got to make sure that you do when using pastels is use chalk pastels and not oil pastels, right? The oil pastels can be used in hobbying, but for like in completely different methods. So the big thing that we're going to need is you can use an emery board. I just use a piece of fine grit sandpaper from the shop. So just tear you off a strip of sandpaper. You can use the same sandpaper forever, but just get you one. This becomes your palette when using chalks and weathering powders and things like that. You can see how we've got various colors on here, our mixing and blending just like we would with any palette, and a real crappy brush, right? So in this case, a Vallejo, whatever this is called, dry brush, just a dry brush technically. It's a dry, yep, the Vallejo dry brush that came with some set that they sent us. And then my ancient Grumbacher pastels. So I have had these for longer than I've been alive. Well, I haven't had them. They've been in my family for longer than I've been alive, I think. Because these were my mother's, and I'm not real sure that my great-grandfather didn't use them before my mother got a hold of them. So they've been around a long time. But this one has, what, 48 colors? How much is this? I don't remember. I'm not going to count them. But we're going to pull out a brown, because we're working with dirt colors. We will pull out the orange as well. We will pull out the gray. And why does it appear that I have no black here? Oh, I do. It's over here. Covered with blue. So there's black. And I think we're probably okay with that. I don't think we'll need a yellow for right now. Although we'll go ahead and use a little bit of yellow just so we can have something to blend with our browns. But you can do this for anything you'd like. If you want to do, you know, alien scenery and you got purples and greens, this works well for that. Martian reds. It doesn't matter what you're doing and you're basing. You can create a dirt color for it very, very simply. And what you're going to want to do is first just grind out some on the sandpaper, right? Camera to where we can actually see what we're doing, right? And just take the chalk and build up a little pile on the sandpaper, just with enough chalk to get some work done. Already got these laid out. Cool patterns. There's some black for doing soot on the barrels. Here's some yellow. We don't need a whole lot of that, but we'll put some on there anyway. Orange. You can see these are kind of the colors that I use generally.
JP Gray, are you making a move on my man? JP said, "Why are you looking so great today, Slowfuse?"
It's every day. It's every day. I can't help it. Born this way. Die this way.
JDA, hello.
How do you get a bad joke when you start to laugh? Say what? Say what? Paint the alien dude. Do you have the alien dude? I should paint that alien dude? Do I have the alien dude? What are we talking about? Dr. Vorn? This is not a thing I know, Warboy. Explain, please. Drac, the storms you had come through knocked your above ground power line down? Holy hell, dude,
bummer.
that sucks. Sucks! Sucks! Alright. Looks like I drug one clean across the freaking pallet there. Always make sure that you get the gunk off of your fingers if you can.
Matchstick, I hope you're the passenger, not the driver.
You will transfer powder onto everything, so it's a very dirty sport that we're about to play. So just make sure that you don't have chalk all over your fingers and then go grab the tank or something. All right. So let's start with just doing stuff down on the mud. All right. So I'm going to take our brown here.
Warboy said Dr. Vorn is an alien mini that comes in one of the Rivet Wars boxes.
Oh, I don't have anything other than the tanks. I just bought the tanks because I thought they looked cool after having seen the game at the store. One of our local stores had it, and I watched it and partook in a little bit of a demo on game night. All right, so here I'm just going to kind of rub the brown in over our mud that we already got set up. Just kind of want to spot it in there, but you can see how it's kind of giving it a light brown color in and around some of these areas. The more you put, obviously, the brighter the color will be.
Pixel Cats wants to know how loaded the brush is. Do you treat it like a dry brush? Never tried this before.
Yeah, it's I guess it's kind of up to you as to how much you actually put on there. It is kind of like doing dry brushing in that you will get a considerable amount of. Let me show you. Do I have anything that we can actually put it on that I don't care about? Where's our test marine? Here, this guy we kind of load up and do it with. So if I just barely have any on there, right, I can kind of treat it like a dry brush, and it'll build up a little bit of dirt look on there. But if I load it up, you're not going to be able to tell, right? Like on camera, I can't really show you how much is on there, but you'll get a good feel for it, right? As I hit it, notice how it starts hitting that edge really, really dirty. And it comes off pretty quick to where I can't even get this other side to be quite as dark as that. Right? And it builds up, and you can move it around a little bit, but it will adhere, right? So, you're going to, if you get a big clump of it on there, you can move the clump, but it's going to leave residue, right? And leave it pretty dirty. You kind of want to, if you're doing this before you do your final varnish, you're going to want to put a little more than looks right, okay? Because your final varnish will lock it in, but it will also turn it a little less opaque, right? So just be aware of that as you're working. All right. Let's go ahead and just keep working on the tracks here. I'm going to just kind of spot color up in there. Right. Gives it a really nice variance in color, but it's not like a standard highlight or like anything you're going to get with a dry brush, because it has a lot of depth to it by virtue of being a physical chalk as opposed to just a paint.
Just straight chalk, Memnor.
Yep, just straight
Not
chalk. I'm
mixed
not
with
doing it
anything.
with anything. No mediums, no setting solutions or anything. Oh, the gun fell off. Nothing like that. Literally just using the chalk.
Uncle Touchy wants you to use pink.
Pink?
You said use pink.
I'm starting to wonder about you, my friend. And just give it some highlighting down there. And then what we want to do is make sure that we don't have a ton on the brush, and we start using it just like you said, like a dry brush, right? And just start putting some on the lower side of the panels, pulling that dirt color up onto the tank. Over the greens.
Oh, he said for contrast.
Down, yeah, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. Don't try to pull yourself out of that hole. All right, and then we're gonna just choose to change our stroke, have our stroke go from bottom to top where the mud would be, the color would be hitting that way. And you can see it start pulling that grimy brown up onto the panels. Again, you can do as much as you want. I would say err, again, on the side of caution. You don't want to do so much that you sink all of the color on the model. It starts to look really funky. But I've seen people go way overboard with it, and they like what they do, so fantastic. You do you. More up at the front and at the back areas here.
This could be a legitimate question that someone might be wondering. Are you stroking it firmly or gently?
Firmly and gently. Depends on how I feel at any given moment in time, but yes. The answer is yes. Always yes. Just pay attention to your needs and react accordingly.
Just whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. All right, so get a feel for this side, right? We bring that dirt color up through. You remember, like, as the tracks move and it goes forward, all of that's going to throw dirt up in this way. Psychotic!
Yes,
Holy
thank
hell, my
you.
friend! Dropping a 40 spot out of the gate, Psychotic. Thank you so much. Right, getting that leading edge, right? Adding that dirt color in there. The reason why you want to do the tracks is obvious, I hope, that you want to pull all of this together so that these colors lock in. If you just put the chalk pastel on one part, and then not another. Like if I just put it on the panels here and not on the tracks, yeah, I'd have two different colors and it wouldn't look proper.
I
So
am off to a nap. Have fun.
You're off what?
Off to nap.
Oh my God, my friend, thank you so
Have a
much.
nice nap. Sounds lovely.
Have a wonderful nap. I'm a bad napper. I talk about them a lot and then I never really do. All right, so I'm just pulling some in sides on these fenders.
Use a firm or gentle shake when you put a handful of balls in the mail.
Excuse you?
Yeah, I said it.
I can't believe you're talking to me this way. I'm gonna get a little bit up underneath in between all of these dozer blades, so I get that brown right along the body line there, but I'm not gonna bring it too far up again. I don't wanna get so much dirt that I'm obscuring all the other details that I've done. I can do it very lightly on some of these corners up top if I need. Right, but I'm not going to continue to pull it up further on the tank. I feel like it's enough down below. Right, but look at this side. Right, this is what we started with. The mud and the green all looks good, but this is what we're going for. And see how just a infinitesimally small amount of work has a tremendous impact on the model. Right? Again, just load it up.
Thanks, Ravenous Oracle.
Why don't
My
you
day's been pretty good
donate
so
$5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
1037.
I feel like that's a very specific amount.
Specific amount.
JP,
Thanks,
great. Thank you so
JP.
much, my friend.
And to, I don't know, there's not even like a pattern in there. I thought maybe it would be like a palindrome or something.
$10.37 donation received from Jake Gray 87.
Jip Gray 87. What?
Well, huzzah, huzzah. Just throw back
Was
my
this a
legs
poke
and
the
I'll
bear
be
thing? Is that what you
said?
delight.
Thanks for the sub, Casino.
Casino!
Sticking out.
So thank you for keeping this old dog painting.
Nice! Glad to hear it, my friend. Thank you so much. Alright, so there you go. Keep bringing that brown up onto the other surfaces. Using an upward stroke because obviously the dirt's down below, so any dirt that comes up is going to be thicker towards the bottom, thinner as it goes up towards the top. So just kind of remember that. You know, if you use a downward stroke, you're going to get the bulk of your dirt up top, and it's going to look a little funky.
Just upward and downward stroking.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. Repeat as necessary. Nobody taught me. I'm trying to teach you guys.
Well, huzzah, huzzah. Just throw back my legs
Nobody ever
and
had
I'll
this
be
conversation with me as a
delight.
child, so just trying to help you guys in life. All right.
Yes to what? I miss. Oh, yes. Yes. Always. Summer Steve said, "Your hair is coming back gloriously. I hate you."
Instantly, man. I told you guys, it's like it's not even like scary to cut it because I'm like,
Got a luscious head of hair.
I feel like my hair doesn't like to be left alone, so it just comes back to freaking annoy me day in and day out. I'm a
Still
lucky man.
feels fuzzy on the top,
I love it. She comes by and rubs on my hair. I'm like, "Ah."
like a cat.
All right, so there we go. Some good earthen tones brought up into the bottom side of the tracks. All right. Now we can do more work with it. I nearly stuck this in the water. Please don't do that. don't go to clean your brush off with chalk on it in water. That's probably a really bad freaking
It
idea.
could be mohawk time.
Okay, now one thing.
JP, you cut your hair super short.
One thing you can do is if you want to drop in some other colors, right? I can go into like just the orange, all right? So I'm just going to get a little bit of orange on here and just lightly touch the orange into these areas. And it'll blend with that brown. It basically blends on the model and it'll give us kind of a rusty feel on some of these spots, right? If I come in and just lightly do the orange. I don't want to overdo it, right? Kind of get some spots on there and it'll give it kind of a nice rusty feeling. I can bring that up onto the model in places too. If you wanted to, you can go ahead and like hit it on some of your rust
Why don't
spots.
you donate $5 to the cause and maybe
Great
it'll make you feel
silver.
better.
Thank you. That do. Hope so. Just random amounts. I love it.
Ray, killing it. Again, we're kind of overdoing it on this guy just to give you a sense of what is possible. And because cartoon tank, we can do whatever we want.
JP, how does Liz feel about your hair being super short?
Did he cut
Why
it?
don't you
That he cut his hair
donate
super
$5
short
to the
today.
cause and maybe
It's
it'll make
sad.
you feel
My head
better.
is cold.
Huh.
Thanks, Matchstick.
Matchstick Man, thank you so much. Keep the hype trait going in chat there. Exclamation point hype for all you guys who are not subs. And if you are subs, just hugs and handies for everybody.
From Matchstick
Keep it
Man
running.
740.
She's not a fan. Oh.
Stroke me.
All right?
Could be a winner.
There you go.
Mighty well.
Good freaking dirt.
Stroke me. Stroke.
Stroke. Stroke.
Me. You got your number down. Stroke me. Stroke me. Say you're a winner, but babe, you're just a sinner now.
We can add a couple
Aw.
variances in color in there.
Sorry, Ray.
Bingo bango, I like
That
it.
bot gets moody and temperamental sometimes.
What'd it do?
Shows what she wants. I didn't read the message that came with his donation.
What? Ay, ay, ay. All right. I will go back and just remind me, and I'll go back and look at it. Right now, what I want to do is on the barrel, around the edges of the barrel, I'm going to take a little bit of this brown, and I'm going to work from the inside of the barrel out towards the edge. Right? So I can put some dirt build up right there. Again, this is just straight brown.
Back and forth where, JP?
Alright. Give me a cool dirt. That is kind of the backdrop for what we're going to do with the black, because we'll bring black soot on here, but I don't like putting the black chalk on a model by itself. It looks a little funky, right? Because there's not too many times where you just get black built up someplace, right? So that gives us a nice highlight on the front of the barrel.
Gotcha.
And will provide a really good backdrop for the soot that we're going to put on there. Same thing up here. Just right over all of our other detailing, right over the rust, right over everything. The chalk is semi-opaque, right? So it's not going to be covering up the details that you got there. It'll be like kind of like a glaze, right? It'll just give you a different tint or filter over everything that you've already done to the model. Alright, so again, getting some good wear and tear on the end of that for the barrels. And this isn't to do dirt, so you can use, I suggest using browns before you do the soot on the areas like smokestacks. We'll do it on the exhaust here as well. So again, just take the straight brown and work from the shaft to the tip. I said that out loud. What kind of show are you running here, Jen?
This is getting out of control here.
What kind of show are you running here, woman?
We're trying to keep things family friendly.
You're failing miserably today. What's going on?
Dirty, dirty little thing.
See how humans mess up the language? I'm using simple, innocuous words.
Innocuous is not a simple word.
Well, no, it's not, and I had a real hard time saying it, actually, so that proves a lot. And this is just a way to build up for what is coming with the black soot again, right? We can do a little bit on these vents right here for this. I'm assuming it's like an intake port, so we'll just kind of shove some in there. Again, just kind of using a stabbing motion. I don't want it to go too far around the surrounding area.
Zoom out just. We're just getting.
Right. You just get those vents, a little bit on the area around it with the brown.
Ray, it is family friendly. It just depends on what kind of family you have. Like my family is just me and Jason and the dogs, and we can talk about stroking and shafts and tips.
Hey, wait. What? Say that again. That's kind of a turn on. All right, now we're going to take the black and do the same thing, but I'm going to do shorter strokes and keep it close to the tip. All right, I'm not going to take the black as far down the shaft. My God, there's no good way for me. The barrel, there's no good way for me to say this without freaking everybody getting all, what the hell's going on? If you're new here,
we talk like this all the time.
we talk like this all the time. What that's going to do is, because these kind of blend on the model, like I was saying, notice how it now gives it kind of a burned barrel look, but you're not having to do it with paint. All right, so you don't get any blend lines, you don't get any crazy nonsense. That brown and that black kind of come together and give you a really cool kind of dirty look at the end of the barrel.
Harry Potter and all his wizard friends went straight to hell for practicing witchcraft.
Yay!
You're like one of the ghosts.
You do? Odd.
Dirty, dirty little thing.
It is. We're just making it dirtier, too. Keep hitting it until you get the right amount of color on to satisfy you for whatever it is you're looking to do. Here, I'm just looking for kind of a soot.
I think that must be it, Pixel Cats. Friday's getting at everyone.
Blackening the end of the barrel.
In the best of ways, though.
Right. That's pretty good. Get that brown and that black just kind of sit on the barrel together there.
Cool.
And they still let all of the other paint show through, so our rust areas are still visible on the edges, right? They're just all dirtied because of the soot, right? Which is the way it would be. That's again why you kind of need to plan this in stages and figure out what happens last, like layers in a cake, right? It's like you put the icing on last. Well, in this case, the icing for the barrel is the soot that's formed every time a shot is made, whether there's rust or paint stripped or stripes on the barrel. Kill marks, whatever you got going on, every time you fire and that explosive ammo comes out the end and that cloud of soot, you know, from the buildup on the inside of the barrel comes out, it adheres to the end of the barrel, and so it's going to cover up all the other battle damage or wear and tear that you've done, right? So that's why we do it like that.
Sorry, Ogre.
Same for exhaust.
Or you're welcome. I'm not sure.
What's that?
Ogre said, my mom's in town for my youngest graduation, so her and my mother-in-law were watching over my shoulder. Thank you, and Jen. They just went away.
They're like, what do you do?
It was all the ball talk earlier.
And again, here on these smokestacks, the exhaust pipes, I want to leave some of that brown, so I'm really just focusing the black towards the tip.
Happy.
All right, so notice how that works. I get that sooted end for the exhaust. Because I'm not going to blue these. There's no real reason to. Exhaust doesn't get that hot at the tip. You know, we see that done in miniatures a lot, but, you know, exhaust pipes blue at the header, not at the tip of the exhaust. And so the tip would just have soot. All right, so there you go. Nice, dirty exhaust tips. And you can avoid that whole dry brushing texture and everything because, you know, this is not providing any texture really on the model. If I can get it to even focus here. There we go. Right? Notice how there's no texture there other than a little bit of the chalkiness that gives it a cool, natural buildup. And there's your exhaust. Same for the barrel.
Phil Touchy said, so if I painted a Hello Kitty Infinity Army, would I be allowed back to play? I would like to see that. I would say yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you win Jen over. I might have other things planned that day.
Not necessarily that I'm a Hello Kitty fan, but I really just would like to see it.
She just wants to see you do it. Right?
Jason is a scientist.
There you go. Science happening live and direct. All right, so there's some blacks. Again, we don't want to drag the blacks down into the browns. We don't want to pull the browns up too high. The browns rest close to the earth. The earth isn't going to get all up over it. If you start dry brushing browns up across the top of the tank, it starts looking like, what did he do? Flip the tank in the mud? You know, there would be reasons and stories to tell that you could do that, but in general, that's not something you want to do. Schwarzen, you want to buy a Tiger 1 model tank. Man, they're amazing, right? I started doing scale modeling at the 35th scale. So through Tamiya, Hasegawa, even the, oh gosh, I'm not going to remember, the Monogram tanks. Testers used to make tank models. But World War II armor was my gig. That's what I grew up doing. And so that's how I learned a lot of my painting techniques. Everything from like oil paints for fleshes back when we didn't have a really good access to acrylics. Everything was enamels and oils. And then as acrylics started becoming available, that world changed a lot. Learned airbrushing there and everything. But I got to learn from some of the big diorama builders of the time, Shepard Payne. What was that guy's name? I want to say Alex Ross, but that sounds really, really wrong. Warren Ross. And so these were guys that did big, like, award-winning dioramas in the scale modeling world, and they were around doing like classes at hobby stores and things when I was a young kid. And so I got the lucky chance to sit down with them and learn and kind of soak up the why and how, because they were all dealing in realism, like 100% realism, like historic photos of how a tank actually was, altering the kit that they got to match how it really would have been, because the model kit from Tamiya had, you know, the chains looped on the wrong side of the tank, so they'd put them on the right side of the tank, and they'd paint things realistically. And so I learned a lot about weathering and rusts and the way paint reacts and how the guys painted the tanks with like whitewash in the field, or you know, various forms of camouflage, and how they did netting and how you did Zimmerit, and you know, all these things having to do with World War II technology and tanks. And that transfers directly over to everything we do in miniature, because we're usually dealing with, you know, guns and war and armor and things, and that all weathers the same way. So, you know, again, that's kind of why I choose to not weather things too excessively, because you start to learn that just the raw motion of an object in space cleans it to some extent. It also dirties it up, like if you run through mud like our tank here has, right? So we get all sorts of crazy stuff that you can do. But I always kind of pick a happy medium. We've gone a little overboard with this guy with the chipping and stuff just because I wanted to show a lot of the techniques on such a small, you know, comical model, number one. And normally I would kind of keep my chipping probably to about 50% of what you see on this tank, but I'm really digging it. All right. Now, what else do we have? We got a little bit of white on here, and show you how white will give you a really cool effect for dry brushing if you want to catch and pick up just some dust. Look.
Rudy Silver said, I'm looking, but I don't see family heirloom Grumbacher soft pastels in the store yet. Hashtag unfollow.
Well, that may be a thing. Never. I don't think I can make that happen for you. I'm not giving up my Grumbacher pastels. It's just not a thing, right? So notice how I can use this kind of white chalk, and it gives me a good way to like have a dusty dry brush on these things, right? It picks out edges, but again, because it's not opaque, it allows me to not have it stand out as being white, right? It becomes a subtle highlight for your base coats. Right? But again, I want to keep that kind of high on the model. I don't want to extend it down into too far down into the rest towards the earth. Right, so if I want to get a little bit of scratchy effect on the top of the barrels, right, kind of just highlight the top, I can do that.
Matchstick Man wants to know if you play the Tanks game. Heard it's really good.
I do not, but I have been interested in it. I feel like that would kind of sate me over doing Flames of War or, Bolt Action. I'm really, really interested in Bolt Action in the World War II games. I'm not real happy with the miniatures at 1/48 scale for World War II. I think they're a little crummy. I think Warlord could be doing a lot better with those. The tanks are really cool, but
Ray
I
Silver
feel like...
Ray Silver said he and his wife play it, and it's tons of fun, kind of a beer and pretzels mini game.
Yeah, it seems like that might be the case. So yeah, I'd be interested to see it and play it. I don't know if there's anybody local. I know there's some guys here that play Team Yankee, which is the modern Flames of War. So I might be able to pick up, through them some of that. But that seems like another heavy investment in time and effort that I don't have. I really only play Infinity.
Oh, but Ray said you're confusing Tanks by Gale Force 9 with Tank War by Warlord.
No, I'm thinking, I said Bolt Action from Warlord. I didn't know they even had just a tanks only game. If Warlord does. Oh, I need some more black. I didn't drop much soot in my vents here. So on the soot on the vents, I want it to be offset with the brown. I want it to just kind of stay in the middle. So I'm just going to pound it right into the center of the vents there. You get a little bit of that rusty brown and then the dark color right in the middle. Right. That's pretty much all there is to it. You can go wild. You can use whatever colors you want. If you wanted to pull in yellows and reds, if you were doing this on Space Marines and, or some Imperial Guard, or better yet, like Mechanicum with like Martian bases, you can imagine doing more of the reds and pulling red on here. Anything you need to do, but just remember that the chalk is going to give you a dirty, dusty feel and texture on the model. So it's not meant to take the place of shine, right? It's not meant to take the place of edge highlighting. Even though I can take the white and I can sort of dry brush the white chalk on edges, that's meant to give you kind of a dusted build-up on those edges, so you don't do it everywhere. You just want to kind of drop it in strategic locations. The dirt goes where dirt goes. The soot goes where soot goes. Don't use it as a replacement for other painting techniques, even though you might see some of the same style of visual come out of it. Like I said, dry brushing white gives those edges a lot of pop, but it's also going to give it a very chalky texture. And if you overdo it, the whole model starts to take on this really weird, dull appearance. And that's not what we're going for. We still want the sheen of paint. We still want to edge highlight the normal way. We still want to dry brush with acrylics. We still want to just apply all the techniques that we can, right, until we get to a point where we get a really cool weathered look on it. Sniper Bob, thank you so much.
Sniper Bob.
What's going on, my friend? All right, so I hope that helps everybody. And again, just chalk pastels. Artist pastels, that's all you need to know. Chalk, not oil. And like I said, I use the Grumbacher heirloom family heirloom set that you guys are giving me hell about never being able to find. You'll never find it. But this is Grumbacher, finest soft pastels for artists. And we couldn't even find a date on this one, I don't think. This was back in the time before you needed to put a date of manufacture on anything. Made in the USA, Canadian company, M. Grumbacher of Canada in Toronto also. So I guess they used to have an outlet there. Use pastel fixative or tough film spray for lasting protection. You just use dull coat.
$7.20 donation received
There you
from
go.
Sniper Bob 76. I prefer round numbers.
You prefer round numbers. That OCD kicking in. Thank you, Sniper Bob. Cheers. I'm
The
gonna drink
Craze
some water.
Family Signature Series. I like it.
That would be pretty funny, actually. That would be pretty funny. You're currently looking for 135th game rules for some Tamiya World War tanks you want? You can literally take any of the games that utilize tanks and play them with those size miniatures. It's just going to be a hell of a board.
Donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
There goes your OCD right out the door. Thanks to JP Gray.
JP.
A pillow fight miniature game. It's got no war. You murder tiny men. Yes, that's what I do. I'm not a pacifist. Ravenous, thanks. I'm really digging this model a lot.
$1.37 donation received from Jake Gray 87.
Jip Gray.
Forward stroke, backward stroke, forward stroke, backward stroke.
All the strokes.
Stroke, forward stroke.
He's got all the strokes.
Forward stroke, backward stroke, forward stroke, backward stroke, forward stroke.
All right, let's paint some more Deuter.
Forward stroke.
Here's our pilot. El Tank Commander. Commander of tanks. We're pretty far along with him. We've got to do some highlight work. We've got to, we got to highlight and accent the jacket. We got to figure out what we're going to do with all the metallic parts and lenses on the goggles and things like that. So that's how we're going to spend the rest of today, is focused on He's a guy. He's a little guy. He's got the blue eyes that I actually highlighted and got the dot in there somehow. So, not too chubby. But you can see how on the face we gave him some 5 o'clock shadow. I used some grays and some greens to do the shadow. We've got a little bit of purple and magenta in the eye sockets and on the lip just to give it some skin color. Just our standard skin workup. I used the Army Painter colors on this guy. And then like black gray to highlight his hair so far. He's just got the black hair going on. I don't know if we'll highlight the hair anymore or not. Generally, I try to leave it alone until the end. Grumbacher is Prisma now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Prisma artist pastels are great. For sure.
Steampunk Tank Commander.
Yeah, this game's got a weird kind of historical crossed steampunk weird war feel to it, you know? I mean, obviously tons and tons of rivets on tanks. I think it's going to be pretty cool, though.
Hey, Mathis.
Pretty cool. What's going on, Math? How's the day treating you? It's Saturday for you. Okie doke, what we got to do first is do some greens. Some Cam Dark greens. Because I decided I'm going to do the rim around the goggle lenses in the same helmet green. His helmet has got rivets in it too, so I painted it the same green as the tank. Right? So I just went in with the airbrush and did it as if it were the same metal, like a metal pan on his head since it had rivets on it. Seemed weird to me, but whatever. Whatever, man. We'll go with it. We'll go with it, man. Just do it. It's okay.
Did you see, you might not have seen it, I think it was just on the local news, that there's some guy here in Phoenix who went to the DMV to renew his driver's license, and he put a metal colander on his head during the picture and said that he was a Pastafarian, and it was a religious thing.
A Pastafarian, yeah.
Pastafarian.
Yep.
And that it was a religious thing.
Yep.
And
the
so
Great
that
Spaghetti Monster.
They had to allow him. Yes, you know about this?
It's been around for years and years and years. Yep.
I had never heard about this.
Yep, the Great Spaghetti Monster. They have they created their own religion because they thought that, well, I mean, if you got the Bible that's so fictional, was their intent. I'm not my words, theirs.
Right. Yes. That's how they explained it, though, on the news.
Yep. Is that, and they could do whatever they want. So they literally have this flying spaghetti monster that looks crazy, and they call themselves Pastafarians, and it's insane.
So they took the picture of him with the colander on his head, but then they also made him take it off and took a picture of like that, and they said, well, we'll try, and if it gets denied, they'll use your plain picture. And it got approved somehow, but then they're like, oh, wait, we didn't really mean for that to happen, so you need to... we're going to send you another one that will have the picture without the colander on your head. And he may sue because it's religious discrimination.
Yep.
This was like a crazy thing.
The problem is it won't hold up in
up.
the courts because that church is not recognized.
Okay.
Right? They have to recognize your religion, and like the thing we watched about the Scientologist, and tax freedom and all that before they'll really consider it in a court of law, I think. So he's probably screwed.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
JP still screwing people? Just want these lens surrounds to be this army green that we're doing on the rest of the guy. I'm going to go ahead and build up the green around him, and then we're going to have to paint the lenses first because the lenses are deep in set. And then we'll come back and do the rest of the green, but I want to make sure we get at least the The green
Can't
built
stick.
up.
That is dangerous.
What do you do?
He was that's while driving.
What?
Well, earlier he said watching you from the Chick-fil-A drive-through. And I said, I hope that you're the passenger. And he just now said, oh, I was the driver going through the drive-through.
Oh my God.
15 donation received from Jake.
Well, if he's in the drive-thru, then technically not. You know, maybe he
There
was doing
once
it just
a
while
guy
he was
who
sitting
played
still.
Games with friends. They got
Hopefully there was
shot
a
3
busy
times.
night at Chick-fil-A
And
and there were a lot of cars waiting.
Rage quit.
Rage quit.
And quit like a quitter who quits.
You're a quitter who quit. What?
Once was a guy who played games with friends. They got shot 3 times and quit. Rage quit. Got turned and quit like a quitter who quits.
He's mad because I quit playing a game with him because he has hundreds of games and I have 12, and I was the only one killing anybody. And the game was not giving us any stuff. We couldn't find guns. We couldn't get anything. We were dropping into the most hectic zones of the game that are supposed to have the biggest loot tables. We couldn't find jack squat.
Ramen.
So yes.
Ramen.
So I was like, done. Done. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Gotta go. Wasn't JP's fault.
Pastafarians end their prayers with ramen.
Yeah, Pastafarians don't pray.
I love that, though.
That's the whole thing, man. Is it, you know, whenever you're, I mean, I get it. It's funny, right? But when you use it for exploitation like that guy was doing, that's not fun anymore. That's just you're being an idiot.
He was sure super serious about it. Ray Silver said the only Prism colors I can find are the new pastels, which are listed as a hard pastel. What's the difference? Is it a pigmentation thing or a literal?
If they're not
definition?
listed as oil, then they're generally okay. Just make sure that it does not say oil anywhere in it, you know, content-wise, things like that, and you'll be fine. Right. That's pretty good. Feel like I'm comfortable here, so let's shift camera view just a hair. Yeah, I don't know the terminology. I just artist pastels is what it always was, and because I've had this set my entire life, I've never had to go look for any
Thanks for the
more.
bits, guilty.
Guilty. Thanks.
Yeah.
I determined that this area around his waist is not a belt like I thought it was. It's actually the cupola, the commander's hatch, and it has like handles on it. So we're gonna go ahead and paint it green. I was gonna paint it brown. I thought it was his belt, but then I started looking at it. It has like these handles he's holding on to coming out of it. So I don't think that's the case.
The Flow and LT got it. Chick-fil-A is not busy on Sunday.
Why is that?
Because they're closed on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Didn't a bunch of people get mad about that not too long ago?
Well, they got mad
Why don't
because
you donate $5 to the
of
cause
the,
and maybe it'll make you feel better.
I don't even know what.
Sniper
I
Bob,
don't
thank you so
remember
much.
What happened? But it was perceived that they discriminated against homosexuals because of their religious beliefs, and so people were going to protest and not go to Chick-fil-A for that.
Oh, okay.
I don't go there because
$2.
Yeah, if you don't, yeah, I don't ever really go to Chick-fil-A unless
I'm
it's
not
something
going.
that's...
It's not that I'm protesting it.
Stop making me
I
do
just-
OCD math.
I found the spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's to be enough chicken sandwich for me through fast food, so I never really go anywhere else. And Wendy's is by the post office, so which makes it easy.
Thanks, Sniper Bob. Sniper Bob trying to round things out again.
The never-ending battle, man. It's like we're gonna get like to 18 giveaways tonight because everybody's gonna be doing like $1.37.
Yeah. There was a Muppets debacle. I don't know about that one. That sounds like a good entrepreneurial idea there, LT.
What's that?
Somebody should set up a food truck in the Chick-fil-A parking lot on Sundays.
Oh,
Because when people go there thinking, gosh, I really want Chick-fil-A, and then they find it's closed and they're disappointed, there's a food truck right there to satisfy their needs.
called not Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
What's with the 137? Is that symbolic of something?
I never know with these guys. All right, just doing the grips of those handles in green, the same metallic green that we're doing the rest of the tank. I don't know why. Just seemed like the thing to do. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do these earpieces the same way.
Donation received from REI_silver. CHCHCHCH Chia.
She didn't like that.
Chia. She said CHCHCH. These freaking voiceover things that got no sense of humor. Like, they just need to figure it out, right? This ain't that hard. Chia. That's what my hair feels like. Chia head.
I mean, they can give Siri kind of a sarcastic sense of humor. Why can't the bot here get a good sense of humor?
Because one of them's Apple and one of them's Microsoft.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, so Microsoft and a sense of humor. I'm sure some other people might have a sense of humor, but I don't think that's a thing. We'd never blame Microsoft for being funny. All right, before we do the rest of the green highlighting, we're going to do the lenses. I don't know, what do you guys think for the lenses?
$5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel
Thanks,
better.
Chuck.
Chuck Whiffen Different, thank you so much. You guys are killing it. What do you think for the lenses? I was going to do them in blues, but then I painted his eyes blue. I didn't want his eyes green because we got so much green, so I did his eyes blue. So what about the lenses?
Purple.
Purple lenses? That could be kind of fun.
Like that. Sunglasses, kind of reflective.
Like that weird purple magenta
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, I'm trying to think how I do that.
LT, we have a place right down the street that we haven't gone to yet, but it's a brewery, and they don't serve food there either.
Orange red, LT says. Orange, I'm hearing. Yellow and orange.
Oh, green would be cool.
Green. Nah, too much green, right? I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
stay away from green because the whole
Right,
freaking
that's
tank
right.
is green. So that was the whole reason I didn't do green eyes.
Why don't you donate $5 to the
Sniper
cause?
Bob. Chuck Whiffenden said,
Her evil laugh was frightening.
Yeah, her evil laugh was a little less
Not
less
in
evil,
a-
more
yeah,
psychotic, I
yeah.
think, than anything else. Orangish yellow, I kind of like. We've only got like the gold clasp on the front of the kind of hood that I was doing in non-metallic golds. I haven't finished that. So maybe, I mean, red would be cool, kind of like infrared. Ooh. I know that infrared is not, well, they are. I mean, infrared lenses would be kind of cool, so we could do kind of reddish orange. I like that. Orange red from LT. Yellow. Can we do chrome lenses? Yeah, that's what Jen was saying. Was we just don't have a whole lot of space here. Yeah, the answer is yes, we could do it, right? But I'm kind of liking the fact that they're flipped up. That it'd be kind of like neat to have them be the red orange, almost like they're like some sort of heat lenses or something, right? That could be kind of cool. I'm thinking that might be the deal. That might be the trick. Let's do that. Plus, we don't have any red on the tank yet. I was going to paint some of the tanks on the secondary turret red, but I hadn't decided that yet. Mr. Tudball and Mrs. Wiggins? I don't even know what this is. Worms Armageddon tank commander, just less wormy. The browns, oranges tomorrow. Now you need to try this out. Yeah, Ray, exactly. Exactly.
Ogre.
Ogre, thank you so much. Yeah, the pastels will change the way you do it. Like I said, just make sure that you go a little heavy with them if you plan on dull coating afterwards. And there's no reason you have to lock in the pastel either. You're going to be putting it on with enough of a heavy brush stroke that it will stick to your model. And so you don't have to seal it afterwards. A lot of times I will seal a model and then go back and fix some of the areas that have sometimes if I'm real thin on the pastel, when I dull coat it, that'll look like it's not even there. So I'll go back and add a little bit more pastel after the fact and just won't dull coat it over that at all. And even with us handling these models, it doesn't come off.
That's right, Casino.
The Tim Conway voice from the Carol Burnett show. I might have done it on accident. I used to like the Carol Burnett show. I am old.
I like to kill.
All right, so let's do the red and the oranges. I like that idea. I likes that idea there. That's what we'll be doing. Let's, hey, what do we start with when we do reds?
Mahogany.
Mahogany!
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause?
Sniper Bob with a 332. You guys are killing it. Exclamation point height. Keep it running. Cheers.
Matchstick said, I think we can get like 10 spins tonight if we just keep making it a weird number and Sniper Bob fixes it. Poor Sniper Bob.
We've always said, like, you know, it
Oh, I just undid it right away.
like, people are just, like, timing it. They're like, all right, I'll give it 3 minutes, and then I'll do it. Guys are nuts. Nuts, I tell you. Nuts and balls. I'm just going to say mahogany a lot. All right, I want to push the mahogany in and load it down low. Right, I'm gonna paint it like a gem.
$3.31
I'm gonna want the
received
darker
from Matchstickman 7.
color to be low in the lens.
No on a T9 keyboard 666 spells mom.
I don't know what that means. On a T9 keyboard, 666 spells mom. What's a T9 keyboard?
Just nod and grin.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
Okay.
Nod and grin. It's one of those things we shouldn't. We're gonna lose our nerd cards if we don't know what it is, probably.
Mine is already
Revoked.
conditional.
Oh, on being with me?
Well, I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't qualify for it if I weren't sitting here watching you paint
Why don't
every
you
day.
donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Oh. Old texting on the numeric keyboard, like 09 keyboard on a phone.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. The 09 keyboard. Where you had to like hit each button
Yeah.
3 times to get a letter
Yep.
out of it.
$1.37 donation received.
Alright,
from
so just some
Sniper Bob.
mahogany.
Gotcha.
Odd numbers are my friend. Odd numbers.
Then I need red.
Odd numbers.
I'm gonna use red RLM from Model Air. You get to keep your art card if you lose the nerd card? I don't know. I don't make the rules, unfortunately. If I made the rules, I would say you'd never lose any cards, right? You just be who you are, and if you want a card, you get it. I don't care. But there's evil people out there that say we have to all be placed into groups.
And I don't understand either why this would be considered nerdy.
Hey, somebody
Because I don't
likes
think you're a
us.
nerd.
Me? No, I don't
I
really
don't
qualify
think-
for the nerd.
I don't think any of the people here, I mean, I don't
Kalito,
know
welcome.
most of them, but the people I've met in real life are definitely not nerds.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Casino.
Casino rings.
Not sure what's going on, but I'll play as well.
I'll play as well.
1111. He's like, oh, it's got lots of ones in it. Casino, thank you.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
We've got the OCD
Lotus
train going tonight,
Cobra,
guys, so keep it
thank
live.
you.
Keep it running.
That's true. I don't think the word nerd is bad.
No, no, and I mean, I think that we're all nerds by choice, right? I think that the time of it being like a thing that was horrible and frowned upon is gone anyway. And I would never call myself a nerd. It just isn't
Right.
something that I think of. But I'm not one of the guys that feels like everybody has to have their place by name. Gonna keep building up red.
Take it back. Take it back.
$5.32 donation received from Lotus Cobra 82. Number OC triggered.
Number OC trigger. You missed the D too.
Keep pushing brighter red up towards the top, the darker red down low. To build up a cool fade. Right. Now I'm gonna grab a orangey, reddish, orangey red, like this. Lava orange, perhaps. Feel like that'll work. Let's do it. Who cares? It'll make sense when we're finished. Ray Silver. Just logic. We had one Friday where it's like, that got said, somebody in chat was like, if everybody just donated $1, we could have like 10 giveaways. And we did like 9 or 10 giveaways that night because it got so nuts. I think it's awesome. I don't know if there's that much stuff on the wheel tonight, though. I've been slacking.
Uh-oh.
Choose to highlight left on this, so I'm just going to bring the orange down a little bit on the left side. It's going to be hard to tell saturation in this little small area.
Silver said now he wants to see you paint the metal slug tank realistically.
The metal slug tank? What is that? I don't know what we're talking about. If you empty the wheel, do you get something awesome? No, you get me having to run around and fill the wheel back up. I got to go run to the shelf and figure out what else we're going to put on it.
And maybe it'll make you feel better.
Thanks, Orc Pride.
Or pride, thank you. I don't know what the metal slug tank is. What are we talking about? All right. I got good highlight and good transition on the lenses. Now I just need to get some brightness on there. So I want to go with an even brighter orange. No, I don't. I want to just mix ivory in with the orange we're already using.
Oh, he said it's from an arcade game called Metal Slug.
Metal Slug. It sounds familiar to me.
$10 donation received from Orc_Pride. I have a pen.
Oh, no. La 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 la. La 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 la. I thought you people were my friends. Like I thought I had friends here. Ah! La 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 la. Does it ever end? La 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 la. All right.
I think you're safe.
Bastards. Bastards. All of you for letting him do that. I blame you people.
I don't. None of you could have known. King of the nerds. Thank you.
What's up, man?
Speaking of, we were just talking about it. Oh, you made Christopher put us on mute.
What?
La 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 la.
You had to mute me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to be done, man. I can't.
So that's the most annoying thing ever.
I had to.
Match ticket was that. Just Google pineapple pen.
Good, I had to,
You'll
man.
probably get it.
I had to do it. Had to be done.
There was a video a few months back. The pen and the apple pen and apple pen, and we can only see our fingers right now.
Harry Potter and all
Yeah, he
his
knew.
wizard
All he
friends
needed
went
were the first
straight
3
to
words.
hell for
4 words.
practicing witchcraft.
25 cents donation received from Andrew's Rum. Because I can and I will.
Missed that one. Thanks, Andrew.
Andrew.
I too was distracted by the la la las.
Yeah, I apologize, but it had to be done. Had to be done. All right, so just a little
Otherwise,
bit of
he'd be
the
singing
orange.
it like all weekend because it would get stuck in his head.
Basically, what I've been doing is just pulling the colors up brighter and brighter and brighter. Did an orange semicircle. So the orange semicircle goes from about 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock on the round, and then I came back in from about midnight to 9 with the orange mixed with ivory, right? So that gives me that, and then finally, what we'll do is come back in with just pure white.
Warboy said that he sings it to his wife a lot, but he says penis instead of pen, and she's never impressed, but he does it anyway. See, and I can
She's
see-
never impressed, but
can
I do it
see
all the
you
time
changing
anyway.
it like that.
I think that you're my hero just because of that. Because I do the same thing to Jen. I've got things that I always say that she just ignores
Ugh.
now.
Chicken butt.
Chicken butt. She really likes all of the things that I do, but she just doesn't like to admit it. Okay, and here, same thing. I just want to kind of come in high on the like 11 to 10 side. So. Both of those.
Nice. King of the Nerds got his crank desk. Best $200 I ever spent. he said.
Nice, man. I'm telling you, it will change your whole painting life. So great. Right, and then over on the dark side here, I want to just bring a little bit of sheen there as well. There we go. Lenses.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Thanks, Chuck. Yeah, just an adjustable standing desk. You crank it up and you crank it back down when you want to sit down.
Right. Bingo. So he's got some infrared lenses in his goggles. I like that a lot. I think the red and the orange was the right idea. It stays away from the gold that we're doing on the deal and pulls a color onto the tank that we don't already have. So, great idea, LT. I think it was LT that said that first. Yeah, Kev Rob. Ours were that, but you had to buy a top for them too. So we didn't. Ours were like $260, I think, when it was all said and done, right? Because wasn't the top from IKEA like $80? The big wood top.
Something like that, maybe.
60 or $80, I think, for just the top. And then the desk itself was like $189. So I want to say it was like $250, $260 when you pulled it all together for each desk. But it's the best money we've ever spent because literally just hand crank and I stand while I stream. And all day today when I was doing commission work and getting ready for the stream, I was sitting watching Key and Kenny and everybody. So.
I had given her an extra key. All this time she was standing there.
Honey got in and she caught me red-handed. Something,
Creeping with
something.
the girl next door.
Yeah, something bathroom floor.
To this, we were both butt naked, hanging on the bathroom floor.
I've seen like a barber style quartet singing this. Have you seen this?
Forget that I had an extra key. Now I'm gonna start singing it.
You should.
No.
That's cute.
That's all I know.
Jen's getting down.
I hope that didn't really happen to you though, Chuck.
LT Human Solution stuff is amazing. It's just too expensive. Too expensive. You prefer to just
That's
adjust the
best
chair?
value.
I think the thing, though, is that from sitting to standing is the big deal. Being able to have, like as I have to switch my weight while standing is a good, kind of pump for your heart as opposed to sitting for like 12 hours a day. It feels like you're going to die at the end of the day. Great idea for the lens colors. I'm really happy with that. So now let's start going back on the greens. I need Russian green. Wo ist Russian green? Russian green. Model Air Russian green. That's our mid-tone on all of our Army greens that we're doing so far, thus far.
Karaoke stream? Yes.
Don't tempt her. You guys aren't ready.
Because you don't want to know what my two songs are?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Ice Ice Baby
Oh, God.
and Copacabana.
Oh, God. You ain't lying. She ain't lying.
Andrew, I don't know. Wants to know when I'm going to paint the rain model.
You're asking questions we have no answers for.
Months from now.
I think we shipped that
Her
model
name
to you,
is
didn't we?
Lola.
Were we supposed to keep that?
Did you ship it?
I shipped it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not.
No, because that was just last week.
Okay. All right. Remind me then, because I'm just like, am I really supposed to keep that? Andrew, let us know. Are we really keeping that to
Yeah,
paint?
you haven't shipped it yet. That was last Friday.
All right, we haven't shipped it yet, but it was going to go out tomorrow or Monday. So let us know if you're serious, because otherwise it's going to show up on your doorstep.
I could do Baby Got Back too. It's not my go-to, but I definitely could do that one. Love Shacks, you jam, more boy. You'd donate $50 if we had a karaoke stream.
Good God. The world's not ready. Like legit. But you know who would come back over for a karaoke stream? Tom Shadle. And he'd bring his wife Jen.
Yeah,
Because they
Tu
are
and Jen.
big karaoke fans.
We need to go karaoke with them.
So we could get Tom Shadle back on stream if we just said, hey, Tom, want to bring the woman over and do some karaoke live for the internet? The man has no shame. He'd be here in a heartbeat.
Gray Silver said I should stare deep in your eyes and crazily whisper the lyrics to Baby Got Back.
Me? Or Jen?
That I should do that to you.
He does it all the time. What are you
It'll
talking
be
about?
the stuff of nightmares. I do it while he's asleep.
I like wake up in the middle of the night and she's like leaning over me singing Baby Got Back. Or Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Baby.
She's so freaking creepy.
Sometimes the pineapples.
Good God. I was saying that I made a joke one day that I think she does do that while I'm sleeping, is that she sings really bad songs to me while I'm asleep, because I'll wake up in the morning going, why the hell do I have this freaking song in my head? And it's because of her. I know it.
Thanks for the bits.
Hashtag blame Jen.
Time for one of the teddy bear nanny cams.
Not a lot of area to highlight this. I'm just taking random areas on the green that goes around his
All the bits.
waistline here and just
Bits
bumping
in
it
the
up a
cup.
bit. Small areas like that you're not going to get.
It's
Donate
like
$5
slow
to the
motion
cause
bits.
And maybe it'll make you feel better.
All right.
They're totally like running like in Baywatch.
Who is?
The bits. They were coming out in slow motion.
Oh, holy hell, they're doing all sorts of crazy crap. What
And now
the?
they're like regenerating.
What the? What the?
Your cup runneth over.
Thanks for the bits. I haven't said mahogany in a while, so you guys need to drink, and I'm going to toast you. Dink.
Never
Thank you.
make a pretty
Mahogany.
woman your wife. So for my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you. A pretty woman makes her husband look small.
Get a lovely girl to
and
marry
very
you.
often
Ugly
causes
girl
his
to marry
Ugly
him.
girl.
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. That's the song.
Interior green. Next color.
Bats would like to know if you've ever used Forge World Paint.
Yeah.
That name is like...
Bats,
oh,
bats,
it
bats.
gives me anxiety.
Balls. It's awesome. What's up, Bats? Yeah, definitely. We had a customer not too long ago. He may
Bats,
actually
they
be in
scare
chat.
me.
He may actually be in chat. Mathis, one of our
Oh, he was
viewers,
there a minute ago.
did a commission with us for Emperor's Children, and he wanted the color scheme direct from the Forge World site, and so we used the Forge World airbrush paints for the Emperor's Children colors. And I also ordered in and have the Word Bearers reds too. So, because I have a whole army of Word Bearers that will never, ever, 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 ever see the light of day again, probably.
Those lenses look really cool.
Thank you.
It almost looks like a little marble in there.
Yeah. That's the goal. Give it kind of a rounded, they're flat lenses on the model, but that gives it kind of a rounded look. Or just Highlighting the edges of the goggles here. But I like the Forge World paints, the airbrush ones. I've never tried any of the others. I don't know that they have others, do they? Is it all just the airbrush stuff? I can't remember. I felt like they were pretty good. They don't have any colors that you couldn't make out of something else, though. So when it comes down to it, it's like, do you really need them? Nah. I mean, if you're already ordering from Forge World, I feel like that's a good idea. You know, they're not overly expensive, and if they come in colors that you think you're going to need or that you really want to make sure you're matching to a, you know, like the Emperor's Children, the Cacophony purple, pinks, and all that stuff, we're good to have. I'm not going to lie. But all of them were colors I could have made just as easy from other mixes. So.
He said, I think it's all airbrush, mostly curious about the metallics.
I've not used the metallics. Highlight inside those lens cups there.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause?
Dad, thank you so much.
Dad.
$2 donation received from Zeeb Zorander.
Zeeb.
Zeeb.
People
Thanks,
say
Zeeb.
it's
Zeeb Zorander.
But I feel like
Thanks, Zeeb Zorander.
mine.
You know, people say they pick their nose, but I feel like I was just born with mine.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but try not to pick your friend's
You
nose.
shouldn't pick your friends.
Again, just grabbing a little bit of highlight on all these details here. I want this guy to pop as much as possible. It's tough when you're doing military greens. You know, one of the biggest issues when you're doing things in realistic army colors is that you just don't have a lot of contrast, right? You go from khakis to olives to military whatevers and browns, and you know, I mean, they weren't running a fashion show in the Army and aren't today either. So, you know, you just kind of got to go with the fact that there's not going to be a whole lot of ways to pull contrast out of the model.
Move your head to the right, just
Which one? This one?
holding them up. Both of them.
Or both of them? Probably both of them. If I only move one, we have a problem. One of my issues, you know, I came from doing scale models years and years and years back. So that's probably one of the reasons why I chose to have, you know, most of my stuff be in more dull, realistic colors, because it's what I was used to. And so sometimes painting, you know, bright reds and yellows and things like that is a little, I won't say it's off-putting. It's not off-putting, but it's just tough sometimes to get it to feel right for you, because I've spent my whole life painting things that were in more realistic ruddy browns and dirty colors. So I like the challenge sometimes that the world of miniatures gives to you. Of course, I guess it's not fair to say I've been painting miniatures as long as I've been painting the others, but love this song. It's like big sweeping la, la, like you're doing something amazing. And let's get these highlights across the top of the lens caps. Working very, very thin here. Pretty much a glaze style technique. Brighten those up a little bit. I want them to be a different color
Why don't you
than the helmet.
donate $5 to the cause
Right.
and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Zeeb!
Zeeb.
Zeeb!
$2 donation received from Zeeb Zorander.
Zeeb!
I come from a land down under.
You come from a land down under.
Does flow and men chunder. Can't you hear? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run.
You better
better
take
take
cover. Something about Vegemite sandwiches.
Yeah.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
He said, I come from a land down under.
Ooh, yeah! Highlight a little bit of the edge of the helmet there, give it a cool kind of glow. Right, and then one last swipe with the greens. You can put away the army greens. We are using the Army Painter Combat Fatigues for the highlight color. Rather than, we were mixing the interior green with ivory, but I found that the Combat Fatigues gets me close enough. A little less yellow in the Combat Fatigues than the other, but we already used it all over the tank, right? So because the greens that we're using have pretty much been highlighted that way already on everything, we're going to go ahead and keep going with it. It's worky, so don't stop a good ting.
Does everyone in Australia like Vegemite, or is it an acquired taste?
I don't think anybody likes Vegemite. They just say
Andrew
that
Loves
shit.
Rum just said, I love my Vegemite on toast.
Dude, you're lying. You're
Sapper
just saying
Steve
that.
said it's one of the worst things he's ever had.
Yeah, it's literally like haggis. The people in Scotland say they eat haggis. They're liars.
Isn't that like
Why don't you
intestines?
donate $5 to the cause and
Sniper
maybe it'll
Bob,
make
thank
feel
you.
better.
Sniper Bob, thank you so much. Haggis is like all the stuff that falls on the floor in the factory while they're making all the other meat products. I feel like
$6.15 donation received from Sniper Bob 76. You get a wheel spin and you get a wheel spin and you get a wheel
and
spin.
you get a wheel 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 spin.
You don't eat Vegemite alone. You put a little bit of it on buttered toast.
You certainly don't eat it alone. You got to have friends to take you to the hospital.
Zeeb Zorander said Vegemite is delicious. Americans have too much of it when they eat it. Warboy said never had Vegemite, but it seems like it'd be some kind of engine grease.
Yes, pretty much.
Haggis, sheep's intestines boiled in its own stomach. Tastes as good as it sounds.
And I've tried it, so I'm not speaking from just the name or having heard what it's made out of. I actually ate it when I was in Inverness.
You don't eat poop alone. You put a little bit on buttered toast and it's almost edible. No, I don't think so. Ella does have a funny walk.
There's a gate.
Yeah. Just never.
All right. Get those goggle surrounds. That really, by brightening up the edges of the goggles, sinks the lens down in there even more and gives it more of that rounded shape, right? Gives it a little bit more depth. I say it a million times a week, right? The highlights we do in miniature are the least amount of paint you put on a model that has the largest effect when done right. All right, so you just carefully build it up where you want it. I'm barely using any paint, right? It's mostly water at this point, which is why I'm taking so many strokes to get it placed on the model the way I want. Keeps it really thin, gives me good edges and points to my edges, right? When I'm doing very, very thin highlights like this, you want them to work out to points and not be chunky. at the sides. A very, very thin paint is the key.
Zeb said my 2-year-old saw an American put Vegemite on something and was yelling too much at them.
Nice, nice. Because it's
Train
horrible.
them young.
Horrible. She knows. She's like, Mom and Dad, too much. That's actually really funny that she did that, though. I don't know. It's definitely acquired taste. It's not bad. It's just not something I would be like, you know what we need? Let's go get some Vegemite.
Well, you know, Americans don't ever do anything in moderation, so it shouldn't surprise you that they smear it all over.
Well, you also got to remember, it's not about moderation. It's about what we do on toast,
Right.
right? Americans don't eat everything on the planet on toast like a lot lot of countries do, right? We
Why
don't.
you donate
We butter
$5
our
to the
toast.
cause and maybe
JS
it'll
Twitch,
make you
thank
feel better.
you.
And you put jam on toast. And that's kind of all there is,
Peanut
right?
butter.
JS Twitch, what's going on? Yeah, butter and toast, or butter and jam,
An 11
and
cents
you
donation
cover the
received
toast with
from
it.
JS_Twitch.
Yes,
Really enjoy your stream while the wife and I paint. Thanks.
Thank you, my friend. These little hinges. And just lightly building up highlight on them.
The way your bot said thanks sounded very sarcastic. That doesn't surprise me.
You can't be trusted, the bot. She's a pain in the butt.
Moody. Does what she wants. That's right. Americans don't put everything on toast. That's not our thing. Deep frying is our thing.
Yeah, deep
What
frying.
about deep fried Vegemite?
We
I
have-
can't believe that there's not a state fair that serves deep fried Vegemite.
There is definite truth in those words. A little bit of highlight on the
Avocado
inside of these
toast is
cups.
becoming a thing here now, though.
Definitely. Has been for a while amongst like the healthy crowd. Avocado being a superfood and all.
We also put Spam, cheese, and eggs on toast and cream of mushroom.
Cream of mushroom soup. That's called shit on a shingle, right? With corn chip or chip beef. Cream of mushroom soup on toast. Called shit on a poop on a roof. Shit on a shingle, we call that. SOS. We have a restaurant here that actually serves shit on a shingle, which I was highly surprised by, but that was pretty cool.
I think the diner around the corner has it.
It's very, very good. I love
But
it.
that
I grew up
biscuit's
on
always
it,
had
not
it.
knowing that that's what poor people eat. You know, it's like, really? I really enjoyed that. And then I found a restaurant that had it, and I was like, man, I grew up on this stuff.
It's the vegan option for fair food. Oh, what's Marmite?
Marmite.
Vegemite versus Marmite. Go.
Go. Why don't we just switch gears completely and talk about Nutella for a while?
That's delicious.
Let's go straight to the Dutch. Yeah. If you're going to do stuff on toast, that should start with Nutella.
Somebody has to tell me the difference between Vegemite and Marmite. Hey, Mina Kai. We're talking about disgusting foods today.
Careful. Everybody said they like it. We got a lot of Aussies in here. Piss them all off.
Well, so then my question was real then. Do all Australians like Vegemite? The discussion could split Australia into the Vegemite versus Marmite.
Yeah.
Oh, Marmite is the British version of Vegemite? Eat it right out of the tub with the spoon, Rancid Goat Piss says about his Nutella.
Yeah, I didn't know Nutella was supposed to go on stuff for the longest. Like, what?
Oh,
You're supposed to
just
put
eat
it on
by the
things?
spoon. Like, you just eat spoonfuls of it. Chuck Whippendiffer said, there are two things I hate in this world. people who are intolerant of other cultures, and the Dutch.
I love that. Wait a second. Wait a minute, you hypocrite.
And actually, Minikai, we haven't really expanded beyond Vegemite as far as the disgusting food. And I shouldn't call it disgusting because I have never had it. Oh, yeah, that would be enough to make you take a time out from the Nutella.
What's that?
This episode, I'm off Nutella at the moment. My kid puked it last night.
Oh, yeah. Seeing anything come up the other way.
Yeah, seeing it the second time.
The second time, what
is
kind of
usually enough to
turn you off
make
for a
take
minute or
pause
two?
for a while. Vegemite is the Pokemon that evolves into Marmite. Could be true. La Frenetta.
Feel like we're getting there, boys. Feel like we're getting there. I think we spent more time on the dude than we have on the tank.
Basson wants to know if you've ever tried Kasu Marzu.
I will drink to that. Sounds like a word we ought to drink to. Haggis, horrible.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Chuck said you mentioned the other day that you have to be here for giveaways coming soon.
Hey, Max Payne, what's going on?
Any details on that?
Starting Monday. Starting Tuesday, because we don't stream on Mondays. But starting Tuesday, I was going to do it for June 1st. We were just too head up and everything else. So starting on Tuesday's stream, we will be doing kind of a back to where we started as far as giveaways go, and we'll see how that runs. We've had some good uptake with this, but I feel like we've kind of lost some of the excitement that comes with as we generate a giveaway, doing a giveaway. So I think we've got a good plan for not cutting into the stream, because we've been able to paint for the whole stream and then do the giveaways at the end. What we're going to start doing is do the raffle kind of as a hybrid from what we used to do. We'll do the raffle at the beginning of the stream like we do right now, so everybody can come in and enter the raffle whether there's something to give away or not. If a giveaway gets triggered, then we just pull somebody out of the raffle. We don't have an end to it. We just continue to pull people out and do it that way. And then you can continue to enter in, and as we get more giveaways, we'll do more giveaways. But you will have to be here. One of the big problems that we're having is that a lot of the people that aren't here when we do giveaways, those prizes sit here, and eventually, like after a month of trying to reach people and tell them they got something, if they're not people we already have addresses for, it's like, what do I do? You know, do I just give it away again? Do I put it back on the wheel? That doesn't seem right, you know? So it just makes it a lot easier, and it also gets rid of the people who I have seen come in here and type booty and leave. You know who you are. That's not what this is about. So it's not a way to get a chance to get free stuff. We're doing this for the community and the people that build our community. So it's just kind of what we've worked towards as we've gone through these permeations. And we'll get people that, you know, you'll stick around if we draw your name. The only people who can win that aren't here are gold VIP. That's always been that way. It will continue to be that way. So if a gold VIP wins and they're offline, they get that opportunity. That's part of the perks of being gold VIP. But for everybody else, if you come in, you get to enter into it. As soon as we hit, like if we were doing this on Tuesday, right now we'd have 3 giveaways to do. We would have been staggering them and doing them as they happen. So it gives everybody a chance. You're in here, get a chance at the giveaway, then you can go off and do your thing, right? So.
Ugly said, I hope my treasure trove is in the mail. And I just went back and it's not crossed off. So I'm wondering if maybe we didn't get an address
I think we do.
for Ugly.
We'll check. I'm
Or
going
there's
through
some
and
that you had
catching
to
everything
catch
up
up
on
on.
shipping this weekend, so we'll be able to give you a better answer. I've been really, really
Or
bad.
were we out of treasure for a bit?
The treasure troves, we were out of all of the
That's
product
why
to
it
do,
is.
and so we had to wait on another shipment. That came in, so we're good to go. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should be seeing it. And if yours is one of the ones that didn't get sent yet, then all that's getting caught up this weekend. We'll be 100% caught up.
Yeah, it looks like we're a little behind. Like we're way behind on treasure. Like a month.
Cheesy bread and live maggots, I don't even want to hear about that.
That's what
That's not even a thing.
That's what that Kasu Marzu is.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear about that. If you're talking about eating live bugs, you can go and do that elsewhere. Because that will be the first thing that makes me puke.
We're not into that here.
First thing that'll make me puke. Live bugs on food. Not a thing.
And LT said, back to where you started? You mean paper raffle tickets?
Great. No, not that far back. Is that model from Smog Rider's line? No, this is actually from Rivet Wars. It's a Cool Mini or Not game. It is kind of a weird war, 2 kind of a thing. But it's a board game, and they're just these cute little chibi fighting vehicles and dudes and infantry and stuff. And I thought it would be cool to do a hyper-realistic, use it as a way to show you guys some cool weathering techniques. And so that's what we've been doing, and we're doing it with the Commander as well. So, good the stuffs. Chuck Whiffendiffer, I feel like I don't want to know what you're talking about now that I've said don't talk about live feeding bugs. Don't do this to me, guys. I swear to God. All right, hang on. Let's go. Do I still have any of that wet? Please say yes. Please say yes. Go ahead and get the highlight going. Panels on the top.
Not bugs, but still something you might not want.
Yep. I think you guys can probably figure out what's going to trigger me as far as foods go. Right, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. Not pizza. Not pizza, honey.
I know he'll never eat it.
That's her ploy.
More pizza for me.
That's her ploy. Bastage. Actually a good ploy to have. I'm not going to lie. That's probably a smart thing. Hey, Maphis, if you're in here, I think your Dreadnought made it onto the Warhammer store. I don't know. I never went and checked, but the Warhammer people got in contact with me and said they wanted to put the Emperor's Children Dreadnought that we painted up on the Forge World site. I never bothered to go look,
Assassin,
though.
can you delete that? We don't want him to.
He's still doing it? People are better than that. Yeah, yesterday we were like sitting around and there was a commercial for, I guess they brought back that, what's it called? That show where they eat?
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Like, I guess they brought back Fear Factor, and I always used to be like, no, screw that show. Not even a thing in my vocabulary.
Yeah, he did. He got almost angry when he saw it. He's like, nope, no way.
Just, yeah, it's not my thing. I'm like, good God, people. I've been all over the world, right? And I've seen some really crazy food stuffs, right? I got invited to go to a place where they smack a monkey over the head and eat its brains. I opted out of that one. Not my thing. But I know people do weird crap, right? Beetle on the half shell, all sorts of crazy crap.
I know it's a bit silly.
And I've eaten some crazy crap, I know.
Just a moment.
But it's just, some of it is just too over the top. It's like, yeah, I don't need to know that people do that. It doesn't change that I still wouldn't eat it, not a thing.
Killing Time is working for other people. I don't know why
What's that?
it doesn't like you today. He's trying to do the exclamation point VIP and it doesn't work for him. But it works for other people. Like I see Hoodsgate did it and it worked.
I don't think it's, unless you're just, maybe it has a built-in timer so it won't do it if you've done it recently, like too close to somebody else, maybe?
Wait, did you get it to show that? I keep seeing you just typing in VIP and nothing happened.
Yeah, it shouldn't be particular
Yeah,
like
it's working
that.
for. That's where now everybody's doing it. He goes show offs.
Yeah. Triggered. KTP. Hashtag
It seriously
triggered.
doesn't do it for him.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's doing it for everybody else?
Yeah.
My legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Seriously?
Serves you right for that hashtag, Team Jason.
Hey, KTP, has it unfollowed you for some reason? I know some people had a problem with Twitch, like, automatically unfollowing certain streamers for them, like, randomly. Are you sure you didn't get unfollowed somewhere along the line? Because it won't recognize you if you're not following. I wonder if your follow got removed.
Thanks for that sub. Still one more name. We appreciate it.
Welcome back! 3 months in a row.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't know, KTP. I don't know what would be doing that then. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? All right, we're getting close. Let's do some browns. What do you say?
Oh, it's not showing for Warlander either. He said.
It doesn't like you people. What's going on? I don't get it.
Don't know.
I don't get it.
Somebody likes us.
I think I want to do more of a golden brown on these.
Oh, you didn't.
So that might be it because it just announced you,
It
KTP.
did. Just
So-
announced you as a new follower.
And it won't announce you if you just unfollow and refollow instantly. They changed that, so it might have unfollowed. I think when they've been changing the code, some people got bumped for some reason. I don't know why. It happened to me with some streams, and I guarantee I didn't go unfollow anybody. And there were some streams that it popped up and were like, you know, all of a sudden giving me crap. So
Nope.
nope, nothing. Nothing. Casino Reeds did it at the same time, though. KTP, it hates you. I don't know why. That makes no sense, man. It makes no sense.
Oh, Genuine said it's been happening to everyone. Auto unfollows. Huh.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jan, is I noticed that it was going on in some places, and I don't know why. I don't know what they did in their API or whatever that was causing havoc. But and what's going on, Jan? I'm just going in with some leather brown and just lightening this stuff up a little bit.
Horse plop, I say. Horse plop.
Horse plop.
That's what he said.
That's some pretty serious talk there, fella.
Watch your mouth.
Pretty serious
Family
talk.
show here.
Pretty serious talk. I need to go with Beastie Brown first.
Desire Death said it also seems to happen most frequently to channels you're subbed to.
Which makes no sense, right? But I guess it is like some of their. So, like I said, it's
Mine
just because their
still follow
API is screwed up. There's no rhyme or reason to it from anything I've been able to tell. Where is Beastie Brown? There it is over there. That's what I'd be needing. Leather Brown's a little too light for us straight out of the gate. I need the Beastie Brown to go on first.
Weird.
Let's start this over. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
He did Desire Death right before us.
What's that?
And he streamed today.
Yep. Our summer hours, our Kenny
Hey,
starts
Garthu.
at 2.
Yeah, we did change. So we are now from 5 to 8. And he's 2 to 5.
Yeah, Kenny starts at 2 now for summer. And rather than starting at 6:30, we go on at 5. Helps everybody involved have a weekend. Had a bunch of people that couldn't get to watch us because we start so late on Fridays, and yet they really wanted to on the weekend. But then it meant they were up till 6 in the morning on Saturday. So I like this. We'll see how everybody likes it. If we get a lot of complaints or something, we'll probably switch back come, into summer. But we figured it was a good time. It's a good time to test stuff in the summer. A lot of viewers are off doing the summertime stuff with the kids and all that, so we can run stuff by and test, so to speak. And I'm basically just kind of lightly glazing this brown on here. It's a little heavier than a standard glaze, but still transparent enough that that dark brown is going to still show through a little
my
bit.
VIP status. I probably
No,
VIP
probably not.
bronze.
Yeah, because you auto sub, so. Or emotes.
Mm.
We should make Jen like the tier that doesn't exist. Platinum tier.
I was for a while. I
Diamond.
had like 1 million Slowbucks.
Diamond tier.
I should see how many Slowbucks I have.
0.
Oh, they reset. Huh?
They reset, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, since we don't use them for anything, you don't have them because you used to have to give them out, but. Here I'm doing this more with a little bit of a
I support
texture.
him in other ways,
Kind of rough,
like emotionally and whatnot.
brush strokes just to give it that crinkled, like, earpiece look. Alright. Supports me with
physically.
cake.
And cake wise. And other foods.
Jen's the best in the world.
But I'm only wrong.
What? Is that how you judge your love or my love for
No,
you? Is on your
Matchstick-
VIP status?
Matchstick Man said, bronze. Jen, you don't support your man?
Matchstick, you're gonna get me in trouble.
I do put up with a lot.
Damn.
That was Ray.
Now it's violins. Now it's the world's smallest violin playing for her plight.
The tough life I've got here.
Hey,
And
somebody
the
likes
dogs.
us.
Unworldly path.
Welcome. Thank you for that
Thank
follow.
you.
You're painting some Rivet Wars Chibi Tank dude for no good reason, other than it's cool. Working on highlighting up some of this leather real quick, and almost getting to the point of being done with him. Should be finished. Stick him on the tank by the end of the night tonight. All that'll have to be done is a little bit of work on the tank base. It's got a weird kind of metallic platform that it sits on.
Thanks, Zapper Steve.
Zapper Steve, thanks for the bits.
Oh, Minikai, it's not working for you either?
Little highlights on the chin strap here. Want to get enough. Going to sink the base brown, that dark brown, as deep as I can, just so it becomes a shadow color. Kind of my MO. I paint from darkest colors to lightest all the time.
Zapper Steve loves the summer out.
Good. I'm glad, man. We had a lot of people that were like, man, we'd really like to be able to tune in on Friday, but, you know, you start when I'm going to bed and so on and so forth, so I'm glad that more people get to catch and still enjoy their weekend. Some people are like, yeah, I just go out on Friday, man. More power to you.
Different VIP levels. So there's the viewer level, and that's anybody who follows the channel when they first follow. Then there are 3 additional levels: bronze, silver, and gold. And bronze is $5, which is sub.
Yep.
35 is silver and 95 is gold. And the VIP status is good for 30 days.
Yep, from the time you earn it, you hold on to it for 30 days, regardless of monthly resets of Slowbucks, the channel currency.
Why don't you donate
the
Currency really doesn't do
Maybe
anything for you. It just allows us to have a way to track stuff.
Thanks, KTP.
KTP, the man, thank you so much.
$10 donation received from
Look.
killing_time_painting. Let's see if this fixes it.
So she's
I better
identifying
have
you.
VIP or number unfollow number unsub. Just kidding. Love you.
Don't blame us for the bot.
She
She's a
said
bitch.
Number.
The bot's a bitch. I can't control her. I love you people.
But it did mark you on there as VIP bronze. See what that does. And the VIP status gives you just more interest into the raffles. So
Yeah, various
viewers,
perks.
viewers, when they type in booty, they get 1 entry, and bronze gets 2, silver 3, gold 4. Just for just for typing in exclamation.
And normal viewers are able to win 1 raffle a month. Then it goes up from there.
Bronze 2, silver, gold 4.
You got it. And gold, starting Monday, we'll be back to where gold gets the added perk of being the only people that can win when they're not here. We had that for a while, and then when we made it to where we did the giveaways at the end of the stream, that perk kind of fell away to the wayside, and I felt bad about that. So
Ardatar, he uses a variety of different paints, but right now he is using what kind of paint?
mostly tonight you're seeing me paint with Vallejo and Army Painter. I think that's all I've used tonight. Right now, this is Beastie Brown from Vallejo Game Color that I'm doing to work up these browns. It was Vallejo Model Color Chocolate Brown, but we've used all sorts of colors tonight. My desk is a hodgepodge of nightmare of color, right? So we've got tons and tons and tons and tons of paints, and they from all different manufacturers. So just depends on what color I'm going for. I'm a firm believer that it's not necessarily the paint. Once you get within reason, right? Once you get to a point where you're buying paints that are meant for, say, miniatures, whether you're buying Vallejo or Reaper or Scale 75 or Vallejo or Citadel or whomever, they're all going to be of a very narrow band of quality range. Some paints you might find inside a range fall to the bottom, some rise to the top, but it's going to be a very narrow band. I find that there are very few paints that when I pick them up, I'm like, nope, can't use those, and it counts for a whole line. Like, I've never run into that paint. But every paint line has a paint I won't use. Because there's a color that I'm just like, not worth it. It's horrible. So I generally go for color. If I'm looking around, I just go, what hue am I looking for? And I'll go and I pick that particular blue, and I don't care about what brand it is.
ATP, the sub only puts you to bronze, so it doesn't keep bumping you up each time you sub. Like, I've been subbed for months, and I'm still just bronze. But
Yeah.
yes, technically your bronze won't go away if you automatically resub. Like, I'm on
Right.
auto resub, so I don't have to do anything. It just automatically every month resubs me, and so I'll be bronze.
You got it.
that whole
Bronze.
time.
You'll be bronze forever, basically. Super simple.
So yeah, you probably were still bronze, but you just couldn't see that when you were typing in the VIP. Which, does it work now if you type it in?
Right now, we're moving to Game Color Leather Brown. It's a little more yellowy.
Durthrough, the Game Wisp is going to go away.
Game Wisp is gone.
It's gone.
It won't charge you guys anymore. I eliminated all the tiers for Game Wisp so that you won't get charged anymore. Although I know we had one person who got charged because I think her resub came in right at the same time that I had said don't do it anymore.
Oh, KTP, I thought you typed in VIP and it didn't show anything.
Yeah, it wasn't showing anything for him.
You said it saying that he was a viewer.
Oh.
Type it in now and see if it works. And I didn't know you could do 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
But would that still just be bronze? Yeah, because it's only... Well, it still would only be $15.
Yeah,
so
and they just gave us the deal in Deepbot to be able to give you, like if you sub for 3 months, to give you a way to be bumped up or to get more points. Before, if you had subbed prior to this week, it wouldn't do anything for you if you did that. Like, we just had somebody sub at the $24.99 level the other day, right before Deepbot did the update, and so it only sent them to bronze. and it wouldn't keep them bronze for 3 months, which it should, right? That's one of the perks that doing the multi-month will do for you, is keep you bronze for X amount of months. That we have to manually check. So if you've done that and you feel like you've been shorted, let me know in a message and I'll fix it. Because the bot just wasn't synced with the new API for Twitch as to how all that worked. So there's a little bit of manual work on some of that we've got to do. All right.
Somebody asked if it was the keyword tonight. Yes, tonight is going to be the treasure trove.
You got it. We'll do that right after the normal giveaways.
Hey, Pigeon. Okay, so it's saying bronze now.
Okay, cool. Sometimes it takes a minute. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, the bot has just got a mind of its own. Sometimes if too many things happen at once, she kind of goes on strike. Hard to tell. Hard to tell if you look. I'm keeping those individual brush strokes on the earpiece there so it looks like it's crinkled leather. That's not on the model, but you know how those headphone covers, especially if they're leather, would have wrinkles in them. So I'm just doing individual brush strokes to give it that look. Again, we're taking this funny cartoon guy and making him as realistic as possible. That's kind of the fun that we're having with this particular model, tank and all, is doing this hyper realistic cartoon tank, which I think at the end is going to be completely bitchin'.
It doesn't seem like it should drop you out of bronze, but like we're saying, it's reliable. So just always check.
And if you ever have an issue, if you ever think that something's not going right, just message us.
Yep.
Or let us know in stream. You know us. Always fix it.
Yes, Minikai. You could win. You could theoretically, if you've never won Treasure Trove, you could technically, yes, win twice in a night because you could win the vertical mass giveaway and Treasure Trove.
That happened just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it did. Okay. Dart thrower.
Yep, dart thrower won both.
Yeah.
I think he actually might have won 3 things. No, I think he might have won then like the next.
Yeah, he won right after, I think.
Like during the
or
5,000.
Before, the week before, maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he won 2 things on the 5,000. And then he won the next week. He won again, and he won treasure. His lucky week.
Right. Knuckles. Top of the hand. I'm only going to get the top 2
we get mad
knuckles.
at her too.
Top of the hand here with the brighter color. Stop pushing the highlight down as far as the goal, right? You don't want to saturate the whole model, so I'll just put the brighter leathery colors there on those first 2 fingers and let the mid-tone and the shadow run down from there. Gives it the separation that keeps it looking cool. We're here. Really love these sculpts, man. These are really
Throw
fun.
back my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Thank you
Dirthu.
so much for the sub, Dirth. How many months is that?
It says just joined, but it's the $9.99 sub.
Oh,
so maybe it
a
doesn't.
2 month. Or is that a 3 month? 2 month? I think it's 2 month. I don't remember. Thank you, my friend.
I don't know the different levels.
Yeah, so we'll have to check that because I don't know if it's throwing you into the right VIP for doing that.
Oh, he said he had 8 months on GameWisp. So, new sub through Twitch.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's on our list. He'll be getting one of the Painted Marines.
You have unicorns now. You don't have those?
That was one of the
Guess
big
not.
issues with GameWisp is that people that were supporting us over there didn't get the emotes,
their
and
emotes.
it's always a hassle. It's like, why do you even have that? And GameWisp is another one of those companies that I think really wishes Twitch would have bought them, right? But that ain't happening. I think they opted to buy Twitch alerts instead. So everybody else that was doing stuff just kind of got left out in the cold.
About 30 minutes left in the raffle. Exclamation point booty. And make sure you follow the channel. We have at least 3 drawings.
Thank you guys so much for the support. It's been awesome. You guys have been funny as hell tonight, too. The $1.37 OCD freaking donations.
And more bits, thank you.
Hi, let me have one of those porno magazines.
My magazine?
Large box of condoms, a bottle of Old Harper, a couple of those panty shields,
Panty shields.
and
Panty
some illegal
shields.
fireworks, and one of those disposable enemas.
Just one?
No, make it 2.
It's a party.
I don't understand the panty shields.
You never know.
I guess you just
You
never know.
No.
I guess you just never know, do you? All right. After the leather brown, we're just going to take a little bit of ivory.
Do you know if you have any old airbrush VODs? Bloodbeard said, I need an old airbrush VOD. Keep getting runny sprays or way too dry.
Old airbrush VOD as to
Sounds like
talking
you need to
about
go to a
what?
doctor.
Just talking about like general mixing and maintenance? Is that what you're asking me?
Thing that'll help him not be runny or too dry.
It sounds like a mix issue, like just not thinning it enough, or thinning too much, right? So that's just, it's a, there's so many different things that play into that makes it really tough to do and to answer, right? Because you've got weather plays a
Why don't
huge
you
part.
Donate $5 to the cause. and maybe it'll
Thanks,
make you feel
Ogre.
better.
13 from Ogre. Thank you, my friend. I'm gonna highlight these knuckles. I mean, I talk about it in most of my airbrush VODs. So, you know, Wednesday's VOD from this week where we were doing the tank, I probably talk and hint on, you know, keeping paints
Why don't you
thin but not too
donate
thin.
$5 to the cause, and maybe it'll make
Ray,
you feel
thank
better.
you.
So that's probably a thing you could check. Any of the ones where I airbrush, that's going to crop up, but I don't really spend a lot of time in specifics talking about it.
$3.37 donation received from REI_silver. Balls,
Well,
balls, balls,
huzzah, huzzah.
Balls,
I'll
balls,
wet
balls.
my legs and pollute my britches with delight.
Andrew, thank you so much.
Balls, balls, balls is balls, balls. Balls, 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 balls.
A lot of balls.
Balls, balls, balls.
I like it.
A lot of balls.
Got a good beat. I can dance to it.
Got a good beat. I can dance to it.
Thanks for the sub, Andrew. Six months in a row for Andrew.
Holy hell, Andrew. Thank you so much for the support, guys. All the resubs, all the new subs. We had a few new subs today. We are 20 away from another emote. I generally don't advertise that, but that's a thing.
20?
We were, yeah, at the beginning of the day, we were 20 away from a new emote. But I never know, like, you know, because of resubs, like, what that actually means. Because every month it changes right about now. At the first of the month, we'll go from 20 away to 50 away to 10 away to it fluctuates all over the damn place as resubs come through.
Stinkman said panty shields and duct tape could be a big band-aid. There you go.
I guess that's a thing,
There you go.
technically.
And Naked Puzzle Basement said, so for my kitty army, I'm thinking purple and magenta armor with chrome and pink and red accents.
I don't talk to you.
I like it.
I don't talk about those things. Makes me uncomfortable. I'm kidding, by the way. All right, a little bit of extra highlight. All I did was go in on the leather brown and add just a touch of ivory so that I could come back and hit those knuckle areas, hit the tops of the hands, the outside edge of the collar here where it would be light, but then falling into shadow under the chin. Those kind of wrinkled spots again, but not hitting all of them, only hitting like 2 or 3, so that all of your colors start to give you a built-in fade as well, even though you're not technically fading anything together. We'll just continue carrying around any of those places that I did the leather brown. We'll just go and catch a little bit of those edges right up here towards the front on the visor strap.
Ray Silver said, this has to be the most nicely painted Lego piece ever.
Right? I'm really having fun with it, if you can't tell. I really like the model. It's got enough cool detail on it, you know, for being just a fun, cute miniature. Not like it shouldn't have, but it's just being really fun to paint. Right? It's got crisp details, crisp lining on it. It's got neat kind of cartoony, without being too far overboard, look to it. And I'm having a good time doing the kind of realistic stuff. So I would highly suggest these to people if you just want to have fun painting something. Because, you know, we talk about it all the time. What do you do when you get in a slump? I've been in a little bit of a slump with Infinity stuff lately because I've been painting so much.
Thanks, Matchstick.
Matchstick, thank you so much. You know, it's like I got so much Infinity that I'm painting, both for commissions and for the studio here, that I'm just kind of over it for a minute. And so you need to take a break. And so I was looking around and I was like, well, hell, I've been wanting to paint these. I'll just paint them. And good that I did, because it's a cool miniature. It's given some cool techniques that I can show you guys. And at the end of the day, I've been having a ton of fun with it, so I ain't gonna lie. Always fun to take a break, paint something else that gets your juices flowing, and have fun. It's what miniature painting's all about. If it gets to a point where you're still feeling bogged down all the time, it's not, you're not doing it right.
Split the difference with someone.
Forelugs up, paws tucked.
Wait, what?
Snake Man says the pup's like all balled up, woo dog position on her back, all 4 legs, legs up and paws tucked in. Yeah, like I'm flying. But Shacklagore, I mean, literally, if you're having problems with spattering, because paint's too thick, check your nozzle on the airbrush. It could be gummed up. That could be causing you problems whether your paint's thick or thin. Take that little brass nozzle off of there and clean the inside of it really well. Be careful with it, obviously. You don't want to flare the tip. If you're running it into problems being too thin, adjust in the cup, right? Paint on a piece of sprue until you get that feeling that the paint is doing what you want it to do. Put a drop of paint, put 2 drops of flow improver. See if that works. If it's still too thick, put another drop of flow improver. If it's too thin, put another drop of paint. Just keep working it like that.
Thank you.
LT, thank you, my friend. I know, dealer. I know. Yeah, Ogre, that's what we do. Like Dealer just said. I mean, I've got Kingdom Death doing. We're spending like pretty much the entire weekend on Dealer Death's Kingdom Death girls to get them done. Hopefully that'll happen. And then we got Wrath of Kings here. I got Infinity here. I got Warhammer here. We got so much going on, right? And all of it's good. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just get kind of tired of a thing. And it's nice to switch gears.
I feel about you.
Yeah, right. She's tired of me. Good to switch gears. That's the excuse she's going to use, guys. Just wait for it. All right.
Never.
Donate $5 to the cause, and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Sniper Bob, thank you.
Basilisk Brown. Sniper Bob.
Received from Sniper Bob
The dose.
76.
Coming through with the dose. Thank you, my friend.
You were able to give a nice even round number.
Where
Keep it an even round number.
my freaking khaki color? Ah, hemp rope. Hemp rope is what we're using for the khaki jacket.
Assassin said, my mom overheard you talking about Wild West Exodus, and now she's interested in that game.
It's a lot of the models are really cool. I'm not gonna lie. We just gave away one of the 2-player sets, and it's kind of a cool Weird West, right? We got Weird War. It's Weird West. Got Gatling cannons and werewolf monster kind of stuff, and
Drago. Happy Friday.
Native Americans that turn into big bears, and kind of a cool thing. Feel like it's got a good lore to it. It just got bought by a new manufacturer distributor over in England. It used to be made right here in Arizona. It was from the guys that do Battle Foam, I do believe. And they sold it out.
Can you smoke the hemp? rope?
Why don't you
That's not what hemp
donate
is.
$5 to the cause and maybe
Snake Man, thank you so much.
Snake Man. Is that color legal in Arizona?
Isn't that funny that hemp gets such a raw deal? Like, you just can't grow hemp because it looks like marijuana. I'm hoping that with all the legalization of marijuana that I don't care about, right? I don't smoke. I don't give a damn about marijuana. But I would like to see hemp used for paper, clothing. It's such a good product, and we don't use it. And we should.
Desire Death, yes. On the store, you can actually book tutorial time, and I think you can get 2 hours?
Up to 2 hours.
Up to 2 hours.
Yep, go to slowfusegaming.com. That is where we do all of the booking for tutorial time now, and it is a product like any other on the store called One-on-One.
It's cool. You pick, it's like, shows the calendar. You can see the available dates and times.
From Snakeman 442.
Pretty cool. I think she gave up on that one.
Does he blow up? Does he blow a fuse?
DVD. Death by Death Nut said that guy is, as my toddler says, super adorbs.
Super adorbs. He really is. I'm really digging these. I mean, I'm not a big, huge, cutie, chibi guy fan, but I'm really liking these. You know, the Super Dungeon Explorer stuff I like, and I'm really digging these Rivet War guys. Super fun to paint. Not gonna lie. You might see more of these in the future. A little bit of highlight there on the chest. It's kind of, this is the same color that I airbrushed him with, right? This hemp rope. So as I was airbrushing the clothes, but now you can come back in, right? One of the tricks that we use is that when you airbrush very thin, you can always go back with the same paint right off the brush and use it as your highlight. Because the airbrush is going to be very transparent. The brush is going to give you more, or at least offer you more opacity, depending on how thick you use it. And I'm still painting fairly thin, but thick enough that each layer that I'm putting on is adding quite a bit of color and acting as a really good highlight on the fabric here. So just a good cheat. You know, if you don't have a lot of paints, airbrush helps with that a lot because it gives you the ability to use one color 2 times, basically.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause and maybe it'll make you feel better.
Hey, Finnegan, thank you.
Chief Finnegan, holy hell, man. Thank you, thank you.
Snake Man, it was the Frostgrave
$2.02
Necromancer.
donation received from Finnegan.
A little bit brighter there.
It has not been mailed to you. The next week.
This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah, everything's going out this weekend. Everything will be caught up this weekend, including the treasure troves and all the stuff we're behind on. We're perpetually behind on prize shipments. Just the state of the union around here. Some days I'll log in and I won't have had anybody give me their address for all the new ones. So we'll wait. Comes a hassle sometimes, but we gotta I think with the new making sure everybody's here will bypass a lot of that issue.
Yeah.
People not getting us their addresses because they didn't know they won something, and it's hard because people don't know to check their Twitch messages. Some people don't know that Twitch even has messaging. It's just a pain in the butt with all that. So I think by implementing the new fix will help out a lot with that and help us expedite our shipping process a little bit more.
Now we could be using. The hurrier Jason goes, the behinder he gets.
Boy, lately
Maybe.
it's so stressful right now. And get to that, and I'm really bad about that because I'll just go into like shutdown mode, right? I just go into like just too much. I'm gonna take a day off, and you do that too many days in a row, and then you're just further behind, and the stress levels just keep creeping up, right? All right.
He's cute.
I think he's almost done. We got to do the metallics, right? We've got that gray going on the front piece here that we got to lighten up real quick and do some glazing on. I want to do that as a steel and do the gold, and then we're done. So let's burn through that real quick. Let's get some white. Some white. Oh, we're just going to use the miniature white. We're going to hate ourselves, and we're going to do it anyway.
I mean, that probably wouldn't be bad, right? If Matchstick said, can we just fill out the forms so you have our info if we do win?
What do you mean?
Like,
You can always, yeah, I mean, everybody could go give us your
everybody
address.
has
It doesn't
access.
blow anything
You
up
just
because it's
type
not like...
in exclamation point winner, and it gives you the link to the...
Yeah, that's
form.
actually a good idea. I mean, if anybody was here and you're planning on being a viewer for a long time, which I hope everybody does, then you could always just go to the form and enter in your shipping info. It's not like it cares whether you've actually won anything, you know? Everybody winds up being on it. That would help in the long run, right?
Sopper Steve, they did not steal your treasure trove from April. It just has not been sent. We were out of some of the materials, so those will be caught up apparently this weekend. Is a project for us to get caught up on all the backlog of treasure trove and most recent giveaway.
Yeah, you can just send all your
Prizes.
hate mail to me. That's all my fault.
It's not your fault that we didn't have everything we needed.
Well, no, but I kept telling people, I get to it, assuming that things would show up, and when things didn't show up, I felt like an ass. All right, just going in and giving myself a shine line for the metallic, matching it across that top, although the top piece is a cylinder, right? So we want to make sure we get that whole edge.
Greg Revere said the only type of ass you are is badass.
I thank you for that, but I do
Okay.
trust me. It burns on me when I can't get things done the way I want to, and shipping out price support is a big pain in the butt for just that reason. I got no good excuses. And again, just setting up that non-metallic. Really just doing it with white, guys. We're blasting through it real quick. I did the dark gray on there. Now you go through, because I just want kind of a steel look. I'm not going for chrome. So I can kind of cheat the system a little bit and just go straight white on my highlights. Get my edging done. Do the, the bright spots along the barrel of these hinges here. And then I'll come back with a medium gray or the light gray and kind of blend that in. So because of the small area that we're dealing with, you can, like I said, you can kind of cheat the system a little bit here over what we would normally do with non-metallics. Over big surfaces, I'll typically start with more of the neutral gray and then move into the white from that.
What's this guy's name?
What guy?
Painting.
Bill.
Bill.
We'll call him Bill. Commander Bill.
Olivia said, "Who's this cute little devil?" Not you, Jason.
Dang, man. Why we gotta be like that? I feel like I'm sort of cute.
No, you're adorable.
Oh, dang it. That's right.
Oh, Jason,
Oh, that's true.
adorable.
Forgot the rules.
What do you mean if you've ordered from the store, Ray?
We do not cross-pollinate the addresses, if that's what you're asking.
There we go. That's what he was asking.
Because the store on its own only asks you for your real name, so I don't necessarily
You
know
can't match him.
who is a Twitch viewer and who's not. As great as that will be in the future when we can do that, right now that's not a thing. So,
But yeah, it's not a bad idea to just fill out the form just in case.
catch these edges. Remember, whenever you're doing a metallic, right, doing this non-metallic, all the edges that are hard surface will wind up having a shine to them, right? So you go full around on the circle there for the end of this hinge tube, and then catch a little bit of gleam on the bottom as well, like so. And that's why I'm doing all this edge detailing, coming in and grabbing the sides
There you
of each
go.
of these
You're putting it out.
panels.
Let me see. I think you could probably just put form. You could just put. It does say date of winning, but it's not looking for like. I mean, it's just a blank field.
That's
So
not.
you
That's
could
literally
put,
something we
you
don't
could
even
put
look at.
NA. That's if you're doing the form just so we have your address, and you haven't actually won anything yet, just put NA for date of winning. And then we'll know not to try and be matching it up with anything.
Yeah, I literally don't even look at that field when I go to
It's
ship.
really more for just organization and keeping everything in order so it was easy to find.
Thank you for the sub.
Howdy!
Howdy, creative.
Howdy got married today.
Married. Everybody,
Woo!
stop what you're doing and congratulate Howdy, because he got
And
married
Andy.
today. Like, we were sitting in another stream, and he's like, I got to go get married in 2 hours. I was like, why are you here? What is this?
And why are you here now if you just got married today?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like you shouldn't be hanging out. I mean, I love having you, man, but really? Your wife all right with this? I feel like you guys did this the right way. It seems like that would be a fairly low-key kind of thing if you're already hanging out. Awesome to you, man. Tell the woman hello. We're very happy for you guys.
Nope, Zeb, haven't done any giveaways yet. Raffle's still open for about 7 more minutes.
All right. There we go. Got the non-metallic steel around the goggles done. We got a little bit of highlight to do on this buckle on the back. And I think that's all he's got. Oh, no, he's got the buttons on the front of his coat, too.
Hype doesn't seem to be working.
I don't know
well,
why.
it worked for Warboy, but it hasn't worked for anyone.
Really?
Yeah.
The bot hates the tonight, I guess.
She's
I don't know what's going on.
overwhelmed. Yeah, she had a bad week, maybe. Taking it out on all of us.
I swear we haven't changed anything. Ah! I didn't mean to drop you, little man.
G. Finnegan said that's someone who has his priorities straight. Stream first, marriage eventually.
Howdy's been a big supporter and friend of the stream. We are very, very happy for you, man.
Honeymoon spent on Sophie's stream. Nice. If you have a chance to get to Whip, check Whip in Different City. Switched up the base on the Phoenix. Posted it. Curious if you have any additional recommendations.
Yeah, we probably will. We can go a little long. Friday doesn't have a specific time for ending because nobody follows us on Friday. So I have not looked at Whip today because we've been so enthralled with doing this little guy. But I will definitely, after we do all the giveaways and stuff, we'll go take a look at some. Oh, show.
Ray Silver has an Infinity question.
Ask away, Ray.
Can pilots get out of tags voluntarily? Like
Yes.
if you need them to score an objective, or is it only a failed hacking roll kind of thing?
Nope. It is. It's legit a specialist move now. It takes a short skill to exit or disembark or whatever the hell they call it. There's a word for it, right? You can spend a short order to get out. So you can spend an order and do a get out move, right? Or a move get out. And then once they're on foot, they have their secondary profile. They're all specialists now. All the tag pilots are specialists for tags that aren't manned. They have like a piece that comes off and is a robot that can run around and do specialist stuff. I think it's retarded. I think that the tag should be able to do the specialist act on its own, but they don't allow that. So you have to spend the short skill, get them out of the tag, move them, and go press the button, do whatever the objective is, and then you can get back in the tag with a short skill as well. So it's order intensive to do it, but you have an extra specialist on the field every time you take a tag. Whether it's manned or unmanned, they all come with that second profile of the pilot or the insert name here for whatever the bot is called for all of them. All my tags are manned in Yuqing. So basically the dude gets out, walks around, does his thing. Eject, it's called eject me. It's called eject button. And there is the iguana tag that will eject its pilot on the occasion that it gets knocked to 0 wounds. The tag itself only has 2 wounds, which is low for a heavy tag like that. But once it loses its 2 structure points, it automatically ejects the pilot, which is a heavy infantry pilot that also has 2 wounds. So technically you get 4 wounds with the iguana, and the heavy infantry pilot has a heavy machine gun. So it's a really cool tag for that, but when it ejects, it blows him 16 inches any direction you want. So it goes down 2 structure points, and you get to pick a point, and then you pick the point 16 inches away from the tag, and then it will disperse if you don't roll the fizz check, I think. But it's a pretty cool deal. You can literally have the tag blow up and eject the pilot right into the enemy's back line, and he can then spin another order, and rake him with heavy machine gun fire from behind. It's pretty funny. I've seen it happen. Like the tag dies in an ARO and blows the pilot out. The pilot has 2 wounds and orders to spend and just murders people from their back arc because you can basically, toss him up over the enemy lines.
Dire Death wants to know if it's okay to book tutorial time for his first mini so he learns the right things. I would say that's a perfect time to...
Yeah? Yep.
He's a really good teacher, so definitely a good way to start.
Yeah, and like I said, or like Jen was saying on the website, all of the booking information is up there. All the times are in Pacific. It does not seem to want to do a time zone-based calendar for you guys. So if you're in Botswana trying to order tutorial time, it still gives you 10 a.m. my time. So just understand the difference between Pacific and your own time zone before you order so you know which slot to fill. Right now there's limited slots because I'm still filling other time slots for parties that we're trying to book prior to the website thing. But as soon as we can enlarge it, we will. But yeah, you can book right online, and it notifies us automatically. Once we get notified of a booking, we contact you with an email asking you what it is you want to paint so that we can be ready on our end. You can ask the guys in chat here. There's quite a few of them that have had the bookings with us, and I think that every single one of them has nothing but great things to say. It works great. I love doing them, and I feel like people get a tremendous amount of benefit out of the one-on-one time for sure. Minikai, yeah, hell yeah. Do some kill team? I would do that, man. Just got back from pre-ordering 8th. Nice. 220 Aussie. The codexes are $40. That isn't bad, I guess. It's an expensive set, but you get a lot with it. It's like $500 worth of retail product, according to GW prices. So I feel like it's a good deal. Botswana Tabletop Wargamers Club is staging a bake sale for tutorial session. That could be a thing. That could literally be a thing. All right. Are we getting close? I think we're getting close. Let me do a little bit of light gray here. Light gray, light gray, light gray, or gray. What do I want to do? Light gray or gray? I think regular gray would be the way to go here.
About a minute left on the raffle. Get in there. We will
Regular
be doing
gray,
4
ash gray.
drawings so far.
Maybe. Oh, ash is too much light gray. Didn't I pull another gray out? I felt like last time we were doing non-metallics, I found a gray in the Army Painter line that I liked a lot better than the Vallejo gray. No, not Filthy Cape. Field gray, maybe? No, field gray.
Thanks for that, JS Twitch. JS said I did a 2-hour tutorial. It was well worth the money and time.
Fantastic, man. Thanks. Yeah, that was a good one. Because you basically get one-on-one time with me to ask whatever questions you want. So even if I've had people that just do tutorial time with me, they're like, I don't know what I want to do. I just want to start talking and see where it leads us. And we'll do it. And we'll pick up a model and they'll say, hey, I've seen you do some cool things with flesh and do the, and so we'll start painting some flesh. Whatever it is. And we're working on some cool ways to get you VODs and things after the fact. All that's not working yet, but hopefully will be.
Yeah, Rancid Go Piss, they're in the future. So probably how they have it already.
What's that?
Well, Rancid Goat Piss said, when does the pre-order go up here in the U.S.? Is that for the
3rd?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Is that for the same thing that they're talking about,
Yeah.
like Wicked Wombat and Andy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody
Sometimes
that's
I
over
talk
on
and
that
I
end of
realize
the
that I'm
world has
talking
already.
about the wrong stuff. So.
Yeah, everybody that's on that end of the world has already had some ability to get cool things.
Ray Silver said, what if we don't have a webcam on our end?
Doesn't matter. You can just watch me if you don't have a webcam set up. The webcam is nice because then if you want to try a technique, then I can see you doing it right away, but it's not required. There's nothing that says, you have to have a webcam set up.
Desire Death, it is currently 7:44 p.m. Pacific time, where we are. And in other places where it's Pacific time.
Yeah, and that
I
changes.
realize that Pacific time.
That changes, but the time on the calendar I don't think will. Like our change in Arizona is always nuts, right? Because we don't change time. So
But
we have to deal with.
We are always, and people don't like this because they think Mountain Time isn't a real thing, but we are always Mountain Standard Time. Mountain Standard Time and Pacific Daylight Time.
Yes. But like she said, most people don't want to even think of Mountain Standard Time as being like a legit thing. So saying it to people.
There are a lot of states that are Mountain Standard, that are Mountain.
Like 5 or so.
Those states matter.
Hashtag all states
Your
matter.
mom lives there.
Hashtag all states matter.
In one of them.
Adding in a little bit of black right along these shine lines. So I'm going to go low on these earpieces, darken up
Well,
the
Rancid
bottom.
is technically your Mountain Daylight Time right now.
Yep.
We are Mountain Standard Time.
MDT and MST are different.
2 different things.
Unfortunately, welcome to the world of
In
daylight savings
November,
time, which
you'll
is
be back in
retarded
Mountain
anyway.
Standard Time. We're not dissing Mountain Standard Time because we are in Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, we're not dissing it. That's what we live by here.
That's right.
But we list
I
the times
defend
on
it
the site as
fiercely.
Pacific because that's just easier.
Because it is daylight savings time right now, so Pacific Daylight Time is what we are.
Just giving it a little bit of darkness on the side. I'm going to take that shine line that I put on all of these and just attack it with a little bit of black down on the bottom side of it, inside the hinge here. So right across the front lip of this hinge. Yep. Have any white left that's worth a damn? Nope.
Minikai said, keep in mind I've never played before, so you got to take it easy on me.
What? I've never played these games. What are you talking about? You saw Uncle Touchy had never played his army before, only his 3rd or 4th game of Infinity ever, And he put the screws to me the other day, so you don't have anything to worry about messing with me. I am an easy kill, so to speak. I'll come back and with a little bit of thin white as a glaze, just kind of glaze over into that gray that I just put down.
Yeah, raffle is closed. We'll do it shortly. I don't know when. And Manikai also said my local GW shop is almost an hour away, so to me I would rather spend the extra drive time to hang out in a relaxed environment to learn.
Oh yeah.
That is correct, Orc Pride. We are Mountain Standard Time, which is currently the same as Pacific Daylight Time. In November.
Is that when it changes?
It
I
will be
never can
different.
remember.
Yeah, it's like November 5th or something.
Here we catch up edging. Back into life where we sunk it with the black a little bit. Bingo. Now, you know the drill. We're going to hit that with just a little bit of blue glaze to give it a little bit more metallic look. And to get it out of that gray range, I just like having it be a little bit more blue. And I think we're going to just use the regular Model Air blue. We've been having good luck with that.
Eben Flo said, rumor has it, you're very gentle, generous, and caring if it's your birthday.
Say what? What kind of conversation are we having? People lie.
You're not gentle, generous, and caring?
People lie.
You're brutal?
Brutal. All right, so this is going to be a strictly dirty water glaze. Very, very little paint at all. Tons and tons of water.
Ray feels cheated. He hasn't
Why?
heard a single shaft or tip or working the pipe or balls joke in nearly 20 minutes. Not joke. He hasn't heard any of those terms in nearly 20 minutes.
Well,
Balls.
Dirty,
balls.
dirty little thing.
Yeah, balls.
Balls, balls.
Balls, 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 balls. There.
Is that better?
Building in a little bit of blue here. Doing it all on the shiny side of our gleam. So tops over here.
Thanks for the bits. I feel shafted for not hearing those kinds of jokes.
Well, there you
You
go.
got the shaft.
You just did it. You just got the shaft. All right, so you guys can see just a little bit of blue going in there to give us that kind of shiny metallic look.
That is quite a range. $400 to $800 is quite a range.
For what?
Well, I think they're still talking about pre-ordering a game or something.
Oh.
Pre-ordering something.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out the prices, and someone said $400 to $800. And he said, that's a week on the couch versus divorce in my world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to kind of give it a better tangent there, right? You got to be like, all right, explain this to me a little bit better. What am I getting for the $400 to $800 that we're talking about? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? I'm going to go ahead and hit these shaded areas with it as well. Kind of dull that black out a little bit. There you go. Metallics. Need buttons.
Bats said, I just realized you glued a base to your cork. For months I've been thinking, who do I know that drinks a lot of expensive scotch and or cheap brandy?
Yeah, it's
It's a $3 chuck.
Literally just a simple wood screw with a base to hold it in, because the corks, it just gives you something to stand it on. I've been doing it forever, and it just made sense. We're gonna give these the look of, these are the firing buttons on the top of the sticks here. I don't know what the hell these things are, but that's what they're gonna be. Somebody's gonna come and say, no, those aren't supposed to be red. I don't know what they are. This isn't a historically accurate chibi tank. These are the buttons you press when the bad guys are in sight, so they disappear. They go boom.
Maybe there's his ejector button.
It could be the ejector button.
Or he pushes them and goes.
He could. The rocket seat, right? It could be the rocket seat button.
Does he have like a jetpack on his back?
No.
That'd be cool.
He has nothing on his back, actually. Nothing at all on his back. While we're sitting here, I forgot to get, speaking of the back, thank you, honey. A little bit of blue on this buckle back here. Alex. Man, I'm digging this guy. He's awesome. All right. All we really need to do now is the gold. Finish the golds. So we've got demonic yellow is what we're going to be using. Actually, do we want to do that or do we want to go ahead with yellow? I'm going to use yellow RLM. It's a little more sedate.
Ray said, "How dare you desecrate the memories of the Chibi Wars of the Odd Ones? Such carnage, so many small marshmallow-shaped people never to be seen again."
Hey, exactly. Wait, are you yelling at me? What did I do? What's the problem? Why are people mad at me all the time? I didn't do nothing.
Oh, Rick said it's an opportunity for you to sell corks with bases and screws.
There you go.
You get a little production line going here.
That's what Jen does in her spare
Open
time.
the wine, drink it all, then build the...
That's what Jen does. Drinks bottles of wine, screws corks.
I keep the inventory. Keep it up. Make sure we always have something available.
Except that I would always be hearing, I think we're a little light on cork inventory. You're like, what? I think we're fine. No, I think that we're about to get a lot of orders. She'd be off placing orders, like fake orders with fake emails so that she would have more orders to fill.
I gotta do it. I gotta drink the wine. It's for the people.
I do it for the people.
They need us. They need this.
See, I feel like this would end very, very badly.
He comes home every day. Not that he goes anywhere.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I stay here all the time.
He comes out of the studio into the living room, and I'm just passed out on the couch with like bottles of cheap wine all over the place.
$2 Chuck, which is now $3 Chuck.
$3
$2 Chuck is a lie. All right, need a little bit of ivory. Moist.
Yes, definitely an important clarification.
What's that?
I think you meant put screws in corks, not just screws corks.
Screws corks all the time. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true. We could write it off as a business expense. I have to buy the wine.
What kind of show are you running here, woman?
You said it.
Hey, I did not mean it like that, though.
You said what he meant. You meant what he said.
People.
Hashtag our hero, Jen. Thanks. For you guys. All for you. There you go. Tell your parents. Drink more wine. Tell all your friends. Drink more wine. Get your wives involved.
Oh my God. What have we created here?
Could be a way to get your wives involved in at least appreciating the games and your painting, your hobby. Honey, can you drink some wine for me?
Wait a minute, there's alcohol consumption required?
Invite your friends over, drink some wine with the girls, and then give me all the corks. They're gonna love you guys.
I feel like that could be a thing.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Just a cool, dull kind of bronze clasp on his collar for his hood there.
There you go, Ray. That's a...
Not trying to do it like super duper shiny or anything.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Alright. Feel like that's a pretty good.
If your wife is pregnant, don't ask her to drink wine for you. Minikai's got that one
I
down.
need a little bit more combat fatigue. That was almost a rhyme. Sorry guys, I'm going nuts on this guy. I'm like, I'm really digging this, and then this, and then this. Not that I didn't finish highlighting the back of the hoodie because I was still thinking about the hair at the time.
Sapper Steve said, you painted this guy amazingly. Any chance you could do a historical 1/35th model in the future, or does it have to be War Games only?
No, I love it. I mean, that's what I used to do. So we could do a 35th scale if somebody, I don't have any here. Somebody could point me in the direction. I know that like Hobby Lobby carries sometimes the old Tamiya 35th scale dudes. I've thought about, because people have asked to do like a tank with a tank crew, something like that. So we could think about it, but it's going to be a while. I've still got commissions to finish up. We've still got a lot going on. So it's just a matter of, when and where. But yeah, I wouldn't have a problem trying to do that. All right, bingo, dude. And we got to put some cool colors on here that I really am happy that we tried. Actually, you know what we want to do here real quick is get me a little bit of this red with a little bit of this ivory, which makes way too pink. Need a little bit of pink. Top of those buttons. Like so. No stone left unturned. Highlight everything. Okay. Bingo. Now I feel like we got a dude, so let's see what our dude looks like in said tank. What do you guys think? Want to see him in the tank now? Watch your eyes. Pretty good. Command us.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause?
Oh, Pride, thank you.
How about them apples?
Look at that.
How about them apples, gang?
Get down with the clown.
Rancid Goat Piss. All the stuff I paint on stream are commissions? No, like this guy's not a commission. Most of the commissions that I do off stream. We'll paint like 1 or 2 models per commission on stream, so you get a feel for them. But like if I'm painting, like right now I'm painting Shogoths, Infinity, Dealer of Deaths, Kingdom Death that we've been working on for months and months and months. We painted a couple of the Kingdom Death models on stream, a couple of the Infinity models on stream, and then the rest are, well, and the Kingdom Death ones aren't repetitive. They're all different. But they're all similar because the model is similar. We use lots of skin tones and things and stuff, so they tend to be the same. So I'll only paint like 1 or 2. So if somebody were to commission me for a squad of Marines, I'd paint like 1 Marine, maybe 2, and then do the rest of them off stream. So.
Married on Wednesday. Took ill on Thursday.
Solomon Grundy.
Divorce on Friday.
Born on a Monday.
Died on Saturday. Buried on Sunday. That was the end of Solomon Grundy.
I don't know that one.
Solomon Grundy. Born on a Monday. We got to do the gun. I still got to do the Gatling cannon on this, so a little bit of detailing on the tank. I'm going to put some markings on the tank. I still got to do some of the like White Star, allied stuff. So I'll have to do all that. I'll probably do that off stream, I don't think. I mean, we could use it as a way to do freehand, but it's literally just going to be stars. I'm not going to put a whole lot on here. I might do some kill marks or a couple of, numbers or something like that. But I think for the most part, it's all just kind of be what it be. Very, very happy with this guy, though. I think this is going to look really cool. Throw this up on all the chibi forums and tell them they're to hell with your cute. They don't have to be cute. Nope. He's very serious.
Why don't you donate $5 to the cause?
JP!
Thank you, JP.
Yeah, I still got to do some stuff. I'm going to paint these containers here red. They're on the sides here just to break up the green that's on the pallet of the tank. They have these, I don't know what the hell they are, but we're going to paint them red, like, fire hydrant, or not fire hydrant, but like, extinguishers or something. I'm not sure what they really are. But we'll paint those red just to give us some extra colors on the tank. Simple stuff like that.
Donation received from Jape Gray 87. Can you please poke?
Poke? Why are you poking? Are you? Is this a poke the bear thing? Is that what you're trying to do? I don't understand, JP. Got the number on the chibi hole. Uh-oh. Minikai, why is it not showing you as entered in the raffle? We got over 100 people in here. Are you not in it? Did you not make it? I can't tell because there's like 100 people.
Yeah, you were in there.
Did you see?
Yeah, right there.
Where?
Just
Oh, yeah,
after
yeah.
your
Yeah,
mouse.
you're on here, Minikai.
You're on there.
You're on here. You are in here. Let's get rid of that. Let's make sure everybody's stuffs.
I don't know if it shows anymore. It used to put a little K or something next to your name if you were entered. But
It does if you do slow bucks. It doesn't if you do VIP, I don't think.
it doesn't though. Look at JP's.
Really? Oh, yeah, maybe they changed that. Because it used to put a little
it's not
thing.
showing it next to anybody.
Yeah, it used to put a little
I don't
thing
think it
next to your
does anymore.
name. So they must have changed that. We just had an update to Deepbot, and it's always weird. Like the update list doesn't always say everything they changed. So yeah, some of that's not obviously showing up. Let's see here. We got yada 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 yada. Looks like everybody's good where they need to be.
Let's give some stuff away.
Yep. All right, let's do some raffles. What say you, peoples? What say you?
Why don't you donate $5 to the
Ray
cause
Silver
and
with a
maybe-
buck 65. Thank you, Ray. You're killing it. Absolutely killing it. How many do we got here? 4?
We got 4.
On our way to 5. On our way to 5. But let's do it now. Do it now. Give away all the things. Okay, gang. You know the drill. This is the time where we pull four freaking winners out of the hats. Thank you guys
that
so
could
much.
be.
Give that man a thing.
Yeah, I don't know either, Drago, because I can't.
Oh my God. Taking all I got tonight.
Gonna sleep good tonight.
Greyfax? A Panzer? More tanks?
Dirty, dirty little thing.
Fantastic.
Panzer.
Durthu getting a bolt-action Panzer IV, a 148 scale Panzer IV FGH is the Panzer IV because that's the only Panzer IV that really matters. Congratulations, a great tank, good model kit.
Durthu said he
And of
really
course, the
needed
last few
that.
days I've told you everything you need to know about painting said kit, so lucky, lucky you. Congrats. Who's next?
Tuggies.
Tuggies.
Tuggies, who heard us call his name from the other room.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Tuggies. You're here. You get it too.
Awkward man fear.
Come on, Tuggies. Pull your pants up.
Uh-oh, someone more name needs a safe space to get away from your man stare.
There is no safe
It's
space
a
for the awkward man
microaggression.
stare.
A microaggression.
I don't think you people understand the power of the awkwardness that we are generating here as a family. Participate. Make it better. Good things can happen. Oh yeah, Tuggies. I'm talking to you.
Heavy breathing. Drago called him a snowflake.
He is a snowflake with a snowflake. What is Tuggies winning? Oh my God. English failed me now. The wheel is getting slimmer than it has been in a while.
It's getting down.
I gotta fix this.
Down to the bare bones.
I gotta fix this. St. Celestine coming through. Coming through. Some 8th edition love. Yes. St. Celestine and her retinue. Congratulations, Tuggies.
Congratulations.
And I feel like our last person wasn't here.
Max Payne said, "Why the hell am I staring? Like you can see me."
I can see you.
He can. Sees all. Oh God.
They weren't ready for this.
I don't
There's no way
know.
you can prepare yourself for
I don't
Fridays,
think
people.
so.
Who's last?
Candy the cat.
I feel like Candy wasn't here. Candy gets
Not.
a spin. We'll break the internet if we stare any harder.
I think so.
I don't think it could be a thing. Candy. 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 With a Lord Aquilar. Congrats, Chicken Rider. Chicken Rider. You guys are going to force me. I literally am going to have to fill the wheel up again over the weekend.
Yep.
Holy hell. Holy hell. The wheel hasn't been this slim in a long time. Thank you guys so much for the support that allows us to do these giveaways. We literally wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Andrew said, "I just got wood."
You just got a little bit of wood. Good. Good. I'm glad we did that for you. That's what the Awkward Man Stare is all about. Creating awkward situations clear across the globe on a regular basis.
If you've won, please fill out the form with
Yes.
your address. And you know what? If you feel like it, even if you haven't won, you can go ahead and fill it out too.
Yes.
Because then we'll have you on our list, in our database. We'll spam you with all of the emails. We'll sell your email address. Actually,
Yes.
we don't ask for your email address.
We-
Just your actual physical address.
When you do go on the site, if you ever go on the site, you can register your email address, and we have to do it to do the whip anyway. But we don't spam your email. What the hell with the cute dog? What am I looking at here? All right, where's that? Okay, so we're going to take a look at some whip, and we are going to start up the other raffle for the treasure trove while we do this. And what should the word be?
Can it be numbers?
Sure.
$1.37.
$1.37. 137. No, it's going to be letters. 137.
137.
Just to make it hard.
No, it should be dollar 37.
Dollar.
$DOLLA.
$1.37.
$1.37.
$1.37.
$1.37. No, that's
No,
too difficult.
just hush. Just hush. Treasure Trove, VIP does not count for these, so everybody is on the same playing field. Remember, you can only win one Treasure Trove a year. So if you've already won one, please do not enter this. We will find out as we go to ship it, and which will happen this weekend. And if we know that you've already gotten one, it just puts it on the brakes and we have to give it away again. So let's reset this. Let's do the timer down to some other amount of time. Let's do 10 minutes. 10 minuten. Everybody's in there. Go.
Critifer, have a good weekend.
Critifer, take it easy, my friend.
Next time.
Thank you so much for hanging out. $37. Holy hell, people are actually spelling it right. Who knew?
Oh, absinthe, you put an R in there.
No R. Dollar.
Dollar.
$1 make you holla. $37. For all the OCD people out there. Fold your tongue into like 8 divisions while I do that. Is that a thing? I can.
There are people who can make their tongue that, like, they can do the 3.
I can make the taco.
Do that too.
I don't know about folding your tongue. And I can't tie cherries in knots either.
Dollar bills, y'all.
You should put on pants. It moved. Awesome. Copy pasta. Yeah, exactly. You can just copy and paste. Then you don't ever have to spell anything correctly, right? All right. First one up is this holy hell thing. Holy mackerel. I'm seeing a lot of purple that I'm digging. Holy hell. Look at the purple. Deadly Wookiee, Tree Lord, almost done. I dig this purple. And I love the sprig with the yellow leaves coming up out of it.
I like that little pop of the green and yellow. The
really, really
turquoise
awesome.
And yellow.
Yeah, this is
It's
awesome.
pretty.
That's good stuff right there. I'm digging it. Interested to see where that goes because I like the magenta, the pinks or whatever on the leaves down here, but then that sprig of bright yellow popping out. That's going to be awesome. Ah, more. Holy hell. I dig it. I like this. It's going to be really interesting once the highlights are all done on like the turquoise and everything. Pretty cool. Rayosabi, Periscope is awesome on cloaks. Loving your purple. Or loving my purple scheme now. This might have been from Kenny's. Because he's using that Periscope purple. Right? Nice. Chuck Whiffendiffer, different base. You think it looks better, but you wish you had glued the acrylic piece left to right rather than top to bottom. Let's zoom in here and see. I'm missing what we're talking about with the acrylic. Said acrylic. Left to right. Oh, the
thing right, yeah.
The actual deal on the acrylic. I see.
Go this way.
Yeah.
Instead of this way.
Yeah, so that it maybe went horizontal. I don't know. I don't know that it really throws me one way or another. I don't understand what it is. It's just like a piece, like a terrain piece or something, like a disc on the floor. I'm not mad at it either way. Yeah, I think that looks great. Very cool. Very cool. And the mini turned out fantastic. I like the sword. Really pops. And your color scheme I've liked the whole time you've been doing it. I'm really digging the colors that you're doing. The non-metallics that you're pulling out are working really well. The textures for your fabrics are looking really good. Great work. Really digging it. Your Aleph is going to be bitching.
From far away, because it's so tiny, the face kind of looks like Chuck Norris.
He does look like Chuck Norris. He looks like he's got a good 5 o'clock shadow going. I'm willing to say it's Chuck Norris.
Okay.
I feel like that's a thing. Holy small picture. What am I staring at? There's no caption either. You guys got to put a caption. Give me bigger pictures to work with.
No, somebody earlier was talking about posting this and how it was really small, but I can't remember what it was.
Feels like
long time
Gundam,
ago.
right? I don't know enough about these, but I like it a lot. I'd be interested. Oh, it's not actually huge, though. That's not Gundam. What is this? This is the Ryko. This is the Ryko Brigade. Is this Ray's? Ray, is this you? Yeah, this is Ray's Ryko Brigade. I just am seeing it in just primer or instead of metallic here, and I'm looking and immediately looked over and saw the tank and thought, oh, 35th scale tank must be Gundam. But then I looked and there's an Infinity model right here. Yeah, this is awesome. he was complaining earlier because all the metal bits and like sticking his thumbs and, you know, torturing himself making the model, because this is a beast of a model to make. Lots of metal, lots of pinning. Congrats, you have succeeded. You win the internet tonight, my friend.
Drago just was asking about your I'm not mad at it. He said, does that mean there are models we do that you do get mad?
Oh, I'm so angry all the time. No.
Hi.
It's, you know, it's funny, right? Because that's just a term I've used forever. Like, I look at it and go, I'm not mad at that. I don't know why I chose to say that versus something different, though. Like, hey, that's awesome, as opposed to, I'm not mad at that. I tend to use it when I look at things that typically would be in colors that I might not choose to use, right? And I go, I'm not mad at that. Because my brain might have said, pink, I don't really think I would have done that in pink. But when I see it, I'm like, I'm actually not mad at that.
He says that about my food sometimes, so...
I say it about her all the time.
Hey.
Wait, what? You can hear me?
What's that?
This is awesome. Ugly. First try on slimy effect. Overall suggestions and critique on the base.
Like
welcome.
What is it?
I don't know that you need a whole lot of
this.
critique. This looks fantastic, my friend. It's got a really good wet kind of effect. You've got just enough of the wetness coming around the perimeter of this kind of slimy stuff you've made. This is kind of cool. The way, I think, did you make this, or who made this base? Did you do this with green stuff? Are you still out there, Ugly? Let me know if this is something that came this way, or if you did the green stuff. The only critique I would have on this base, regardless of who did it, this is yours, Elric? Very awesome. The only critique I would have is the symmetrical positioning of all of these tendrils is almost a little bit too symmetrical, but I dig it, right? This is awesome. The paint job is fantastic. Can't argue with the greens. That shock of freaking magenta does work, and the slime is awesome. You out there, Ugly? No, this looks great, man. Yeah, the only thing that throws me visually is the symmetry of the tendrils here on the side. Right, I feel like being organic, it would want to be a little bit more chaotic. But I like that. Looks awesome. Yeah, it looks awesome, man. You absolutely blew it up with that color scheme. Very nice. And a good example of Elric's bases, man. They're great quality and good detailing on them. Sniper Bob 76 snagged this for $40. Need to decide how to paint it. Holy hell, you got a Titan for $40? Stole it from my grandmother? What are you doing out there, man? Somebody's gonna have to turn this guy in. Are you kidding me? Awesome. Let us know. Yeah, I'm sure you'll post pictures when you start figuring out your color scheme. I feel like Knights, you can go crazy with them, right? Because they don't belong to any specific... I mean, I know there's historic houses and stuff that already have their color schemes, but I'm a fan of going off on your own. Pick out some really cool stuff. Holy Harlequin Hell diamond patterns. So trying to do diamond patterns, turns out you suck. Andrew, I don't know how you can say this sucks. I'm even going to zoom in on it, just to give you a heart attack and show the people how awesome it is. There's nothing wrong with this in the world. There's nothing wrong with that in the world, my friend.
That's great.
Your diamonds are perfect. What in the world makes you
really
think why are you saying you suck at it? This cloak looks awesome. Yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel like there's a problem at all with this. I feel like you're off to a great start. I think that once you get the feel that one of the issues with doing diamonds is how you highlight it, right? Because if you highlight too stark with your contrast, it starts to make it look like it's quilted. And that it puffs out and has depth to it, which can look really neat in some circumstances. But on a cloak like this, I feel like it gives it a weird effect. So if you just gently glaze and don't do any edge highlighting, but you just do a build-up fade on there from like a dark red to a light red, dark blue to, or that bright blue to brighter blue, but don't ever do an edge highlight on those diamonds, then I think you'll love it. I think this is awesome, man. I think this is awesome. Yeah, Elric, right? Looks great to me. And not as clear as you would like. Well, yeah, I mean, we aren't there to see like the edges, but you can always detail the edges better. If you've got some inconsistencies with straightness, you can go back with the black and just drag those black lines back in. It is tedious. So you've picked a scheme that it takes work, but you're off to a great start, man. I have to go back when I do them, and I have to clean up my edges too. I mean, just because it gets so tedious, it's tough. So I don't think you've done a bad job at all. Excuse me for the cough, guys. I think that's awesome. Wouldn't be mad about that if it was on my shelf. All right, Flipia, a long time ago, I gave you some advice on doing a crystal sword effect. You screwed it up on a first attempt and put it on a back burner, finally gave it another crack. I remember this, my friend, and this is looking great. Unfortunately, the model is turned funky. I don't know why it's doing that, but we can see the sword. And guys, I think everybody out there ought to give a big great in chat. Let's post a bunch of greats up in chat, because, my man, that you've done a knockout job on that. Awesome. El Grimwolf, no, commission buttons have been around forever for the creative guys. For sure. Yeah, great job. Great contrast. Your dark is sitting in there really nice. I can't see any of your fades like really jockeying up next to each other. They all blend very well. Your bright areas do very well. You've chosen really great colors. It does give me the sense of not being chrome, but being some kind of mystical glow, blue, ice, that kind of thing. I really dig it. I really dig it. JP, biggest troll ever. Biggest troll ever.
Ever Steve said I only give handies. Hope that's not weird.
Hey, handies are great too. I feel like great handies would be a good way to do this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw some great handies out there just because that's a thing, right? Great handies trump bad handies all day long. Just saying. There you go. There you go. Yeah, gold star for this one, man. Perfect. Turns out awesome.
Like it.
Great, great job. Glad we were able to get you on that path. Control minus? Oh, no, not that one. Dang it. Wrong window. This window. Frozen Corn Bloodletter Standard Bearer still looking for ideas on the banner. The banner looks great right now. For ideas on what to paint on the banner? I don't know what you're going for in your army. A lot of what you choose to put on banners is part of a larger vision that you have for the army. Like, what's the story that goes on here? What are you trying to relay to people about where your blue corn guys came from? You've gone with a very kind of counter color scheme for your corn army than most people would use with the reds and the oranges that you're used to seeing. And so you've got an idea in your head of why, and then generate a story that comes with that. And then what is the icon of that story? What is the main reason why there are these frozen demons? And then put that on the banner. Right?
Oh God.
What happened?
Ogre said, is there a bad handies? And Cypress Steve said, yes. Did you ever go to high school?
Yep. Have you ever seen those gloves that are used for changing your oil? The ones that have the sandpaper on them so that you can grip the
oh, that's horrible.
The oil filter, so you can turn the oil filter out when it's covered with oil. I feel like a handy with those gloves would be a real bad situation for everybody involved. I'm just saying. But I can envision a world where people do that. Not interested. Kind of like wriggling insects on my food. Not interested. There you go. There you go. Chainmail handies. Also not a thing. Also not a thing that we need to be discussing. But yeah, I feel like there are things that could go into the realm of not bueno.
JP said, what if they have man hands and squeeze too hard? That's a bad one.
Coming from the Marine in the room. Thanks for that, JP. Thanks for that. Do we need to have an intervention? Do we need to talk about? Do we need some moments on the couch, JP? Some talk time? Some couch talk time? Taser handies, also not a good thing. Also not a good thing. Oh, JP Gray, why do you have Nair?
Wow.
JP Gray, there's so much wrong in that story, I don't even know what to tell you about it. Spikes says the white knuckler. I feel like cutting off circulation to that area of the body is probably a bad thing.
At the same time.
What kind of show are you running here, Jen? Jeez, a
good one, the fun one.
Dirthu, I need a better camera. I feel like this is amazing.
I see neon pink and neon green.
I feel like this is this the something warrior? What was his name?
Dirty little thing.
What was this? Ogre says head disc. What is this guy's name? It's not Randy Savage. This is like the something warrior, right? I'm not a
It's a
wrestling
wrestler
guy.
guy, though, right?
Ultimate Warrior.
Definitely.
I was right. I call that a win. All you don't know anything about wrestling, and I knew this. I feel a certain amount of satisfaction in my life right now that I can't even explain to you people. I think I need a chainmail handy. This is awesome, Dirthy. Dirthy's doing this freaking wrestling game. He's like all the holy hell, work in progress for real.
Yay. That's
Mini
definitely
Kai,
a work in progress.
Possibly the best whip pick you
This
can
is
do.
why he can't ask his wife to drink wine for the corks for his painting.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Look at this.
Do we know what kind it is?
There's an eye and a
A
nose
nose.
and a mouth and like long heavy metal hair,
Yeah.
like a
We're gonna
mane.
see
I feel like there's a lot of hair
rocking
here.
fingers in the next one.
I feel like there's a lot of hair, right? I feel like there's a hand here. And he's got 2 fingers out. He's kind of making the shocker.
No, he's doing this.
Oh, he's got
rocker
the heavy metal
hair.
hand.
It's a boy.
Very cool. Very cool, Mini Kai. Congrats. That's awesome. That is a hell of a work in progress picture, by the way. An assassin red dog sitting for the week. Holy
Hey,
hell,
we're
look at that
dog
cute
sitting
dog.
too.
This looks like a white version of the dog we're dog sitting for.
A little, I mean, totally.
Oh, is it? I don't
It's
know
definitely
dogs.
not a Cocker Spaniel.
It's got the same, like,
Cute face.
and hair that you feel like when you touch it, it would feel the same,
Probably would.
right? 5 ultrasounds that said boy and you wound up with a girl? Holy hell, Mike.
Well, you know.
That's crazy. It's kind of like them telling you what the weather's going to be
Mini
like.
Kai.
It's like, what's the weather going to be like? Oh, it's going to rain. It's sunny all week.
Yeah.
It's a boy. It's a girl. You know,
JP offered his explanation of why he has Nair.
I don't
He said
want
it
to
was
hear
face Nair. He got it to take off his whiskers for longer than 20 minutes. He peeled the label off for whatever reason, probably so he wouldn't be embarrassed if anyone saw that he had Nair.
You know you're not supposed to use Nair anywhere around your face,
I
right?
think they make it for like the ladies who get a little bit of a little shadow on their upper lip.
Wow, dude. Like that chemical on your head, probably. I wouldn't put that chemical anywhere near my body, by the way.
What guy buys face Nair?
Sniper Bob just saw Alien. Picture has a whole different meaning to you. I feel like that might be a thing. All right, we got to do a giveaway. Treasure Trove
Yay,
Friday.
Treasure
For those of you that are new here that don't know what Treasure Trove is, every Friday we give away a set of Army Painter paints. It is the 10 paint starter set along with the brush that comes with it. We try to toss in other brushes as we can, usually like a dry brush or a detail brush in there with it. And miniatures from Cool Mini or Not, along with bases from Micro Art Studios, and also now from Elric's Hobbies. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Thanks out to all of our channel partners, all those great companies that help us do what we do. It wouldn't be able to do it without you guys and them. So it's a great partnership. So again, let's pick a winner out of this. We got 60 people that want in on this deal.
Should I do a drum
Give us a
roll?
drum roll!
Yes.
Lando, the Arch Magi. Congratulations, Lando. Congrats. That's easy. That's like the easiest one we have to do. So Lando wins himself a treasure trove. I've been jacking with the size of the...
Ah! What are you doing over there?
I ought to play with it. It's got buttons and handles and things and stuff. I'm just playing with it. That's all I'm doing. Leave me alone. It works.
Oh, how'd he put a wedding picture in the whip?
What? I didn't do a refresh?
And I saw JP begging for a refresh too, so.
Right. Bastages.
Here's the winner link for anybody who feels like, oops, except I put an exclamation point at the end also for some reason.
Holy heck, Howdy. You guys look amazing.
Aw.
You guys look amazing. Everybody, another great handy round for Howdy and his wife. Absolutely awesome. Great pick. Congratulations, my friend. Enjoy it. Enjoy the marriage. We gotta, why? I gotta look at this. I improved the colors. What do you think now? JPGthebomb.com. I don't feel like that's a thing. I'm not understanding the website. I feel like if you
like
go
the
there,
pink and
it's
the
midget
green.
porn and it's midget
Probably.
porn and viruses.
Don't do it.
So
do
don't
it.
click on that link.
It's gonna email everyone in your address book,
Yeah, I feel like that's bad. I feel like you don't click that.
and they're gonna open up the email, and it's just gonna be a picture of JP's face.
JP, it seems like on the purple one, I'm seeing more of the mottled, like the dark purple and the magenta. Am I seeing the same thing on the green? Did it change? Again, I love the colors. The only thing that I had made a comment about the other day was being able to have the colors not be so linear in the gradient and be a little bit more mottled.
Awesome, Lando.
Dirty,
I can see it in the
dirty
purple
little
for
thing.
sure. At least I feel like I am, unless it's just the picture. But you may be trying to pull one over on me and say you changed something and you didn't. They look great, man. I love the colors. Love them colors. Holy
What's that?
screaming this thing. I don't know what that is. Max Payne, Lady Justice. I dig it. Malifaux coming through. Very nice. You know what? I really like the red base ring. It's funny. It's like a shock of color you don't expect, but I dig it. I dig it. This is the old Lady Justice model. I really like this. I think this is the old one, right? Yeah, this is the old metal one. I like this a lot. Good job. I like the black leather. Right? I like everything about it. The browns and the bronzes and coppers work well together. Good model. Zeb, getting closer to done. I really like the magenta on the fin. Very cool.
What is that?
It's a lizard man. I forget what they're called
Cool.
now. Seraphim? I don't remember. Seraphim, I think. They had to make a name so that everybody couldn't use it. They used to just be called lizard men. Right? Neat one. I really like the glow that you did with the yellowish green on the side that you were talking about. It works really well. Good stuff. Great stuff, gang.
See you, Chuck.
Oh,
Have a
boy.
good weekend.
This kid's gotta go.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for all the support tonight. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Thanks, you guys, for all the support. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday. I love these new times. It's good for us. I hope it's good for you guys. Has it been good for you? Because it's been good for us.
Good for me.
Dun, 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 dun. I need a cigarette. I don't smoke. JS Twitch, on the subject of marriage, your wife and you celebrated your 29th anniversary last week. Holy hell!
Anniversary. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Another round of congrats out there. JS Twitch doing the good work right there. 29 years and no deaths yet. So that's good. Very nice. Sniper Bob, the name of this model, it's part of the heavy metal portion of the Rivet Wars stuff. I think it's just called the heavy metal expansion. It just came with 2 of the big tanks, right? So the Allied guy that we painted and an Axis tank that we haven't done anything with yet. They come fully assembled. Well, I mean, they've got like little bits, right? And the commanders all come separately, but you don't even take anything off a sprue. You literally just take the stuff and stick it in there where you want it. So this one's got like a missile launcher thing that can go in here too. So really, really simple. The only thing is that the mold lines are a real pain in the butt to clean because it's that PVC plastic and it's heavy on the PVC. So it skins when you scrape it. They're a little bit of a pain in the ass to do that for. But yeah, super stoked with the models. I mean, I hope you guys have had as much fun watching this guy come to life as I've had painting it because I feel like it's an awesome tank. Right? I feel like we got just the right splash of color on the commander that I was looking for because tanks can tend to be really dull. There's not a lot of color that you're going to put on them. I mean, if you were to do a really crazy camo scheme, you could get away with it. But I think for the most part, you know, you get this, right? You get very earthen tones. The battle damage can poke out a little bit. But you're not going to get a whole lot of bright colors on them unless you're doing maybe Imperial Guard. You do like, you know, some crazy stripes on it or something. Like I said, I'll go back and I'll freehand in some Allied star symbols on it and maybe some writing. I'm going to paint the tanks on the gun here red. But I really dig the pilot. I think the commander brought the whole thing to life. I had a lot of fun painting him. Makes a really cool model. I don't have any of the rest of the range to show you, but you can look up. It's a Cool Mini or Not game. You can look up on the Cool Mini site for Rivet Wars. And there's tons of dudes for it. There's like 4 or 5 expansions out for it and all sorts of cool models. So lots of fun. Gray and brown, Ray. I was going to do it in German gray, kind of the Eastern Front, kind of early war Eastern Front colors. So that Panzer gray with maybe white, maybe like Russian front kind of stuff.
Oh, what does that guy have on his head?
It's a spike. It's an Axis spike. He's a Nazi.
Ah. There's a clip from JP called "He's a Grower, Not a Shower."
I don't want to hear about it.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't want to hear about it. Ogre, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We love spending time with you all through the week. The weekends are always great. Heading into our weekend with our Fridays like this is fantastic. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the new follows. For all you guys that are new here, if you have enjoyed what you've seen, please hit the follow button. Keeps us going. We are well on our way towards getting to 6,000 followers, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, thanks for all the new subs. We had like 3 or 4 new subs tonight. We had lots and lots of resubs tonight. Thank you guys for all that support. And just thanks for spending time with us, hanging out, throwing up pictures on the whip, giving us ideas, and hanging out and watching us paint. Always good. So have a wonderful weekend, guys. We will probably not see you on Sunday this week. We've got work to do. I've got a ton of commission work that I got to catch up on, so I'm going to be working on stuff all weekend. If I happen to be at a point where I feel like broadcasting and painting on commissions, I might turn it on. So just to be a surprise, just watch your stuff. It's called Pickle Haloob. I don't even know what you're talking about. Don't even know what you're talking about. All right, gang. Have a great evening,
Bye,
and
everyone.
we will see you on
Have a good
Tuesday.
weekend.
Adios.